Well, hello everybody and welcome to another edition of the Power Couple live stream. I am Stephanie, I'm one half of that Power Couple, and thank you so much for joining us. I'm just gonna fix my camera settings real fast because something is up and I don't know why. But anyway guys, thank you so much for joining us today. If you've been here before, you know that usually I am working on Saturdays, but we did a little switcheroni and Joe is working today and I am off. I know, Ronan's like, I'm shocked, I'm surprised. Yes, it is very, very strange. I am not usually here on Saturdays, I'm usually at work. So guys, we are gonna be doing something a little different today. I'm gonna be doing a just chatting with you guys, which is super exciting because it's the first time that I have done so, which, you know, is kind of exciting for me. So we are gonna be doing a little bit of getting ready with me, a little bit just chatting. I'm gonna be doing my maquillage today with you guys, but we'll also be chit-chatting, and then as we get through the stream, we might change things up. I'm not sure. So guys, stick around. We're gonna have a lot of fun today. All right, so I'm just gonna say, let's just do this. All right, cool, this works for me. So basically, Joe has set this up to, you know, show your chat. So if you guys wanna just say something in the chat really fast, I wanna make sure this is gonna work. This is my first time doing this, and I don't have Joe. So we're gonna figure this out together. So I'm gonna unpack my makeup bag while we talk. Okay, so we just gotta move this. We can do this. Oops. We can do this. I don't know if it's live changing for you guys too, but let's just see if this works. All right. That's fine, right? This is fine. Learning to stream on the fly. That's right. Watch a girl learn to stream. Oh my God, it looks so shiny. Holy cow. I do my skincare, but I'm looking like real shiny. Look at these bags. All right, seriously. All right, and can you guys actually see that on this background? Because if not, we might just change this up. We might just change it up. I don't know, is the first screen that I had up better? The opening screen? It's very white, just like me. Let's see this. Nah, still very white, huh? Let's see. You know what it is? Because when we're gaming, that pops up really nicely and easily. But font settings. Hello. So, all right, let's see. Font settings. He might kill me, but we're gonna try this. All right. Try typing something now. Let's see if it pops up a little better. Let's see if I learned how to do this on the fly. Let's see. Let's do a little test. Ooh, what? Marity Raffle's not going on? I won't tell him if you don't. He might just end up watching the stream later. You know, we'll be fine. All right, so you know what, guys? We're gonna leave it on this screen because you can see my face nice and big. And it looks like you guys can see. Well, hello to Hema. Welcome, welcome. I think you're new to hanging out with me. You may have hung out with my better half before, but welcome nonetheless. My name is Stephanie. I'm one half of Power Couple, and I am unpacking my makeup bag right now as we speak. How are you doing today? Guys, I'm gonna be honest. We're not doing a raffle, but I don't know how to turn that off. Like I said, Joe is usually my technical half, and he does all the tech aspect. Okay, yep, okay, awesome. Well, wonderful, thank you for joining us. I love when people stick around after raids. We love to meet new friends. So I'm so glad you stuck around. And as my better half would say, we would heart you if you gave us a heart up in the corner to follow us. I don't know if you have already. So I wish I could show you guys. Maybe I could turn on the Cooper cam and do it. But I have a pretty big bag of maquillage that I brought with me today. It's just funny because like the setup is not made for makeup, it's made for gaming. So I'm like moving the stream deck, moving the keyboard. Oh, fantastic, Hema. Awesome. I'm so glad. And I'm glad you came back to hang out, even though it's just me, as I almost lose my engagement ring underneath the computer. So I do take off my jewelry when I do my makeup, just so I don't get schmutz all over them. Okay, so I've got a rando bag of my brushes here. That's funny because you can see the green screen through it. And then I have a couple of makeup bags. My mother-in-law always chuckles if she sees me come in with like a bunch of bags of makeup. So we're just gonna scooch some things out of the way. Yeah, it's just funny because, like I said, this stream setup is not made for makeup. Joe was actually laughing earlier. He's like, I'm gonna come back and computer's gonna be covered in makeup and the keyboard's gonna be covered in makeup and it's just gonna be crazy. And I'm like, sorry. Okay, so I was kind and courteous. I brought some towels to lay out, to be nice. Just to be nice. Where's the cup that I brought? Oh, there it is. Okay. I have a cup for my beauty blender, although don't tell anybody it's a knockoff. I usually have a real beauty blender, but I was in a panic. I don't even know if I was on vacation or what, and I needed a new one, and I was at CVS, and I just got one of their knockoff ones. You get distracted while playing Dragon Quest XI. I've never played that. Is it good? I'm assuming it is if you were playing. All right, I'm just unpacking a couple of things, and we can just chit-chat in the meantime while I'm getting my 200 tools together. So a friend at work always jokes with me, because she's like, oh my God, you do too many steps. And I'm like, yeah. But she's like, but it always looks so nice. I'm like, well, thanks. I'm like, you know, anyone can look good in 47 easy steps. We're not going to use everything I brought. I literally just grabbed like my usual like makeup bags that I tend to use. So I never bring less than like 2, just because I am extra. Much like guac, I am extra. So I think what we're gonna do is I'm gonna first just set out all my face products. So I am one of those people that I do my face first and then I do my eyes. I have done it the other way. I'm just not as big of a fan of the other way. I just tend to find that I don't do as well with covering up like my under eyes and stuff if I have to get around my eye makeup. You can do everything but the lower half and then kind of go in, but why? Wow, you completed it in 102 hours. Damn, that's pretty good. That is really good. Okay, let's we're gonna try to separate some things. It's so hard. Oh, actually I can use the shelf. It's made for the consoles, but that doesn't mean I can't use it for makeup. It's so hard, like I said, just because there is so much kind of everywhere. And so, guys, I have done makeup tutorials in the past, not on here. I've done them in Facebook Lives on my my private blog page many, many moons ago. But it was with very, very small groups. I have not done this with a live internet crowd open to the public before, so I'm a little bit nervous. I do love makeup. I'll give you guys a little bit of background. I used to have a beauty blog. I used to work in makeup for a few years. Not like as a professional makeup artist or anything. I kind of wish, but alas, no. Why did I bring so many lipsticks? I just think they were knocking things over. I think they were just all here, so we're just gonna, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna move the keyboard. So I won't be able to type, guys, but that's okay. Who needs to type? We don't need to type. Oh, you're talking about anime and games last time with Joe. That's awesome. Okay, hold on. Oh, trying to move my keyboard out of the way and not break anything so my future husband doesn't kill me. He's gonna be like, why you break the things, Stephanie? Ooh. Can you guys hear me knocking things over? Weeps. Nobody tell Joe. No one tell Joe. Oh shit. I knocked over lipstick. Okay, I think we got everything. That's good. All right, we're actually gonna do this too. He's gonna kill me if I move things, but oh well. He doesn't need to know. All right. So yeah, guys, like I said, this is my first time doing this live and in color on the interwebs. But I am excited. Like I said, I did used to work in makeup. Oh, right. Comes back to complain about setup feeling different. I know he is. I'll put it back mostly. He's gonna. When I say that, I don't mean that like, oh, I'm not gonna do it. It's just more like he's gonna want it a particular way, and I'm gonna try to get it close, but it's not gonna happen most likely. Okay, so I'm trying to get. I may turn on like Cooper Cam and just kind of show you guys once I've got this set up, since we do have second camera. But we'll see. So this can go here, this can go here, this can go here, this can go here. All right. I have emptied one bag. I won't say a word. Get some microphone. Hey, Joe. Right. Come on, guys. Don't get me in trouble. No, he knew. He knew what he was getting into with me. So, yeah. So I worked in cosmetics for several years. We're on early. No, it's 11 o'clock. Saturday's 11. I mean, I know I'm not usually here. But hello to Heather, my good friend. Yeah, so Joe had to work today, and I was actually off. Oh, you're at work? Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah. I'm usually at work on Saturdays. And he's usually not, and we flipped it around. Yeah, and guys, I'm sorry. Please ignore the raffle thing. I don't know how to turn it off. You know what? Shit, if you want to enter the giveaway, I will make him find a way to get you guys whatever you win. Can I guess where Hema is right now? I have no clue. At home? Broadcasting this live to the world? I don't know. Let us know. So guys, yeah, so like I was saying, just to get back on track, I worked for Victoria's Secret for many, many years, and they used to have a really good cosmetics department. And at the time, oh, there's my NARS concealer. I've been looking for that. Too many big bags. At the time, they were actually manufactured by the same supplier that makes MAC. They had pretty good quality makeup, but I already loved makeup at that time. But then basically, like, I joined up with them, started working there, and basically instantly started working the front part of the store, which is fragrance and makeup. I'm actually FIFI certified, which is the Fragrance Institute Foundation, something. I forget what the acronym means. All right, we don't need any of that stuff. So I am FIFI certified. You're on a big island, Hawaii? That's all I can think of when I think big island. So I did work for them for a long time doing that. Oh, I do have my Pro Beauty blender. That's okay. We already wet my CVS brand one, so we'll use that one. So yeah, so I worked for them for a long time. Next. Oh, jeez. Japan. I don't know, there's a lot of islands. Really big island, maybe Australia? I don't know. So yeah, so I worked in fragrance, I worked in cosmetics, I know nothing but makeup. I'll slap on some mascara and eyeliner if I absolutely have to, but I only run a brush through my hair sometimes. Well, I can teach you some things, some tricks. It's so funny actually, so I did my best friend's wedding makeup, which was, well, yeah, but you need good quality stuff, Heather, so I know if you've got an allergy and you're sensitive, you want to just be really careful about what the ingredients are. Some brands use different formulations. Some are better than others. There's a... You got it with you. Second guess judgment. Oh, was it Australia? Was that what I said? But yeah, so different brands have different formulations. They might have different preservatives, colorants, fragrances. Fragrances tend to be the big one for people. That's what makes a lot of people allergic. My mom and my grandma are particularly sensitive to... Well, hello in Australia. My uncle's living in Sydney right now. My mom and my grandma are particularly... Ooh, I don't know if you guys saw that. My beauty blender just squirted across the room. They're particularly allergic and sensitive to a lot of different ingredients. So, but yeah, depending on the brands and things like that, you know. All right, let me see if I can give you guys a quick... Oh, I just got myself all wet. Where's my second towel? Oh. It's 2 a.m. Yeah, I was gonna say, you guys are like 14 hours ahead, 15 hours ahead. It's quite a bit. I know that much. Okay, so I'm just gonna do it like this because if I do it on the stand, you guys aren't gonna be able to see. So let's just see if I can. Can I not add? Can I not add Cooper Cam from this one? Oh no. Add a new source. Wait a minute. You've been drawing a lot of anime characters. That's so cool. Wait a minute. Your day is ruined. I know. If I switch the screens, I think I can do it. Hold on. Oh. Yeah. All right, guys. Steph is figuring out how to stream, how to do things. Wait a minute. Let's see if I can. All right. So there's you guys on the screen. So, towel, makeup mirror. And now we've got, let's see if we can do this. I know, I changed the color of the font, I changed the screen, I changed all kinds of things. We doing it. So I got my sprays that I use. Let's see if I can do this. Concealers, color correctors, brow products, mascara, some tools, some pencils, my brushes. We got some face products, palettes, and my, don't mind the controllers in the background. And then we have some blushes and powders and foundations and lipsticks and all of this. So Heather, don't you fret. I'm gonna teach you. I am gonna teach you. Okay, great. So, and you know what, guys? Ask questions. I would love to answer them. That's, you know, that's what I'm here to do. Most I ever used was eyeshadow. Yeah, I mean, if you talk to 14-year-old me, it was like a swipe of color and maybe like black eyeliner and maybe black lipstick. Like it was not a heck of a lot of stuff. I'm gonna take you guys through kind of like what I do most times I do makeup. I don't know what we're gonna do for an eye look yet. You guys can kind of put requests in if you want. What I was gonna say though is, for my best friend's wedding, I did her makeup, and then we were at a bridal fair. She's like, "Are you gonna do your wedding makeup?" I'm like, "No, no. I have far too much anxiety." And then what's gonna end up happening is I'm gonna be like panic mode and freaking out and not gonna be able to do it. So, all right, first things first, I'm gonna be using my Tarte Ready Set Radiant. Yeah, going from Pokemon lessons to makeup lessons. So this is just like a skin mist. This is like an extra. You don't need this. Let me actually go back a step. So you see I'm a little bit shiny and dewy. So all I did this morning was cleanse and exfoliated, and I did a little bit of toner, and then I put on my Daily Power Defense from Zeo Skin Health, which is moisture and DNA repair. If you guys ever want to do a skincare stream, I would love that. I would be so excited. Skincare is my passion. It's the field in which I've worked for like the last 10 years. I love it. I'm obsessed with skincare. I'm on my way to becoming pro certified in one of the brands. When you were young, you were ballet dancers, you used to dress up and use makeup at the age of 5. You want to do skincare? I'd be so excited. Okay, I'll have to lug some skincare over, but I would love to give you guys, we can do a whole in-depth of all kinds of different skincare things, and that would make me super duper happy because I love that stuff. So if you guys want, either let me know on Twitter or send us messages on here, whatever you'd like, or drop them in the chat. What do you want to know about skincare? Super dry to everything, allergic to everything, but use Serena for some reason, Jergens lotions, and you want to learn. All right, awesome. And honestly, Heather, I could probably send you a little care package in the mail. So I started with some good skincare, just very, very basic. I don't have any eye cream on. I don't have anything. I didn't put any SPF because I was coming indoors and doing makeup. Usually SPF goes last. I will usually pat it on. There is a product that we use at work called Sunscreen Plus Primer from Zeo Skin Health. That one does have a makeup primer built in, so that's always fun. So I'm going in with the skin mist. You wouldn't be a beauty blogger if you didn't do the... So you guys probably can't only see, like, it just looks wet and shiny. But anyway, honestly, this just helps with hydration. Honestly, sometimes I have one called HA5 from Skinemedica. It's a hyaluronic acid serum with 5 different forms and 3 different molecular weights. Fancy way of saying hyaluronic acid is what gives you moisture in your skin. It's sort of what makes up the jelly in your extracellular matrix between your cells. It holds 1,000 times its weight in water, so it keeps you hydrated, it keeps you plump. As we age, we get less of it, which sucks. But that's a product that helps to restore that in your skin. So sometimes I'll put that on and I'll actually just do it with wet hands. And that's another way to get some nice moisture and dewiness into the skin. I do also have one of those Evian sprayers because I'm extra. Let's count how many times Steph says extra today. I'm going to bring this cup of water over because I am going to put my beauty blender in there. So guys, quick tip. If you ever need to do your makeup, obviously usually I use a mug, but keep a glass of warm water and just put your beauty blender in there and re-wet it so that way you can keep yourself dewy. All right, so first things first, I'm going to mix 2 different primers. I may even do 3 because why not? So a couple things I'm using today. I'm doing the Laura Geller Hydrating Spackle. Oh, wow, that is bright. I don't know if you guys can see that. Ooh, let's do this maybe if we get real close. Spackle. There we go. All right. So we're going to do that one. And the, Becca, I want to say this is the first light priming filter. Yes. Yeah, you listen, Heather, and I can, if you want one day, I can do like a simple face, like a 5-minute face. Something else that I really like to use sometimes, this is actually a brand that I sell personally. This is Arbonne. This is their prep work cream. This is really nice. Let's refocus. This is really nice to mix with a foundation if you want to do like a tinted moisturizer, or if you want to do a really fast look. You can apply that and then put on your foundation, or you can mix the 2 together. right? Prepare for brain to melt with an overflow of information. Slow me down, guys, if anything, or just ask questions. I love that. So, guys, all right. So I took a little blob. That's a technical term. A little blob of my Laura Geller, and I'm gonna take like a pump or two of my Becca. And this is a very advanced technique here. We're gonna just smush them together and start dabbing them on. I have a mirror here, but it's like down over here, and I'm kind of blind. And then whatever's left, I use on my neck. So I'm a little pink, you can see, sometimes that happens. I exfoliate, I know how to do that a couple times a year. I'll put a black charcoal mask and then use her, and that's it. So my coach for skating, I was like, well, what do you use for your skin? And she's like, what do you mean? I'm like, well, what do you wash your face with? She's like, water. I'm like, oh my God. So I actually got her on an exfoliating cleanser. All right, so you see I'm nice and shiny, the schmoosh. So a couple things. The hydrating primer is going to do just that. The spackle also helps with kind of just smoothing, but the Becca First Light priming filter, which I don't know if you can tell, it's about like this full right now. I have another one at home. Which exfoliating cleanser do you use, Steph? Okay, so I change cleansers sometimes. So I use mostly medical grade skincare just because it's the best. And that's what we offer at work. So if I can get the best, I like to use the best. I do like the Zeo Skin Health Exfoliating Cleanser. I actually own all three of their cleansers. So they make an exfoliating, they make a hydrating, and then they make a gentle. So the hydrating one I've been using sometimes in the winter just because my skin, I am like normal to oily here, and then I'm like normal to dry here. So I've been using the hydrating cleanser in the winter, but in their skincare regimen, the way you do it is you do a cleanser twice a day, an exfoliant once a day, and a toner twice a day. So I will sometimes do the gentler of the two exfoliants, and then in the winter I'll use either the gentle or the hydrating cleanser. And then as we move into like warmer weather and I get a little oilier again, I might alternate between the gentle and the exfoliating cleansers. There are a few other ones that I like. I really like Skin Medica's AHA BHA cleanser. So that one has alpha hydroxy and beta hydroxy acids, which sounds scary, but basically it's going to help with brightening and mild exfoliation of the skin. It doesn't have a lot of scrubby, which is fine because those acids are going to help to exfoliate your skin in a really nice way that's going to give you a glow. So I do like those. So like my typical routine for skincare, we'll go over this the day that I do skincare, but I'll usually do like my cleanser, my toner, exfoliant usually is at nighttime. I did it this morning because I skipped it last night because I was being lazy. And then usually I'll use my Daily Power Defense, which is my hydrator and DNA repair. And then usually sunscreen. Sometimes I'll also use, like if I'm oily or if my pores are looking big, before the Daily Power, I'll use Pore Refiner, which is a product from Zeo as well. And then I usually use different serums and things like that. And I can bring a whole multitude of things and show you guys. I actually have a picture somewhere of like one of my skincare shelves, and it's just bananas. To give you guys context, because of the industry that I'm in and because of my hoarding, I probably have several $1,000s of skincare at my house right now. I'd say $5,000 to $10,000 worth of skincare. And then in my makeup room, between my makeup, my nail polish, and my hair stuff, I probably have another couple $1,000s. You were expecting something like I use Neutrogena. I don't actually. Neutrogena is okay. So I always tell people, if you want to go drugstore, Cetaphil is a great cleanser and moisturizer. It's just really simple and it doesn't have any frills. People don't love Cetaphil because it doesn't bubble, it doesn't foam, people don't feel like they're clean, and it doesn't have any like benefits, right? It's just super, super, super mild and gentle, and if you have any conditions, it's not going to irritate you. And a lot of times, Cetaphil is great. Cetaphil is... again, you're going to wash your face and you're going to not feel bubbly. You're going to feel like, oh, I don't know if I'm clean, because people associate bubbles with clean, just like people with acne associate, oh, it stings with it's working, right? It's just one of those mental things. And Cetaphil's not bad, right? It's a good product, but it's not going to make changes for your skin. So I have clients who come in and they go, oh, well, I'm using brand X. And I go, okay, well, how's that working for you? Oh, I like it. I'm like, okay, have you noticed the changes that you've been looking for in your skin? And they go, well, no, but it doesn't irritate me. So you're at a neutral. You're not, it's not bad, but it's not good. It's not doing anything. So usually when I sit down with a client, we will work on developing something for them that's going to work for them. You know, something that's going to get them results. So typically, and we can do some skincare consults when we do the skincare stream, but typically I'll ask people, you know, like, what are you using? What are your concerns and what are your goals? And then the most crucial question is, how many steps are you willing to use? Because, and we categorize it, Liz, there's actually a skincare brand that when you go to their trainings, they actually categorize them as your brand loyalists, your skincare princesses, your minimalists, so it's like, some people want to try everything that's new and they want to use every product you recommend, and that's all, they just want it all. Just give me it. I don't care. I want it all. Take my money. You have people who are like, oof, I won't use more than 2 or 3 things. And then you have people who are like, no, my mama used Olay and my grandma used Olay, so I use Olay, or Clinique, or insert any brand here. And it's just what they know and they don't like change. And so that's something that's difficult to work with. I always recommend medical grade if you can. Medical grade does not always have to be expensive. And a lot of times what I tell people is it's worth the upfront investment because you don't use as much product, first off. Okay. It's going to last you a long time and you're going to see a lot more change. So something I learned at a young age was, right, I used to go buy, this is a good example, I used to go buy foundation, okay, and I am very fair, and for a long time I could not find foundation in my color. And I would buy, I don't know, 5 or 6 different foundations from different brands, and they were only like $8, $10, and they never worked, and I'd buy a ton of them. And then I found a foundation that I really loved and it worked for me, and it was $46, and I went, oof. But I bought it because it was a lot smarter for me to buy one $46 foundation that matched my skin and looked good than to spend $10 on 5 different ones that didn't work. It's the same amount of money, but it makes more sense in the way that you're investing your money. So the same goes for skincare. Not all of the products need to be expensive, but if you make the right investment, they're gonna do more for you. They're gonna work for you. And there's things, again, there's products that are expensive that work really well. But for example, I had a client who used Chanel. Oh, my friend gave me $1,500 of Chanel skincare. And I said, that's great. I said, did it cause the changes that you wanted? Well, no, but it doesn't irritate me. I don't care that it's $1,500. I don't care if it's $15 at CVS. It's about the quality of the ingredients, it's the strength of the ingredients, and about how appropriate it is for you. So I'll have clients who come in and they say, oh, well, my friend is using this, so I want to use this. That's fantastic. Do you have the same skin as your friends? Did you take her skin off her face and put it on yours? No. Your skin is different. Your needs are different. Your goals might be different. So yes, I could sell you that, but that's not your solution, if that makes sense. So that's kind of a long way around the whole question. So I have a lot of products that I like. I have a lot of products I will switch between. Like recently I've been using Neocutis's Bioserum Firm. They're Micro Eye, Micro Day, Micro Night, and they're Micro Firm, which is getting a new name because that's the neck cream. So I actually, if you can see these little lines here? We call this tech neck. I'm looking at your phone all day, and for me it's reading. So I'm trying to get rid of all these little bands. So a clone, oh gosh. Seriously, I mean, you have to take somebody else's skin off their face. Okay, so we're primed. Let's get back to makeup for a little bit, and then we will do, I promise, a skincare stream. Okay, so I'm gonna do a little bit of color correction. Busy, set Steph off on a tangent. Yeah, no, and that's fine, guys. We're here to chit chat, and look, we have 3 hours to fill. I don't care if we chit chat. I'm good for it. Like, you guys know me. I'm a talker. Number 1 skincare item, water. If you are properly hydrated, your skin will thank you. Okay, so we're gonna do a couple things. I have a green corrector, which I'm surprised isn't. It looks like it's beige because the screen behind me is green, so it's trying to correct for the green in this. And this one is so this is the Naked Skin from Urban Decay, which I like. And then this is the Maybelline Master Camo. So sometimes the orange ones are really, really dark, and I'm pretty fair. So orange cancels blue, green cancels red. Just think of it like your color wheel. I'm actually going to move my mirror a little closer so I can see. And this step I'm going to want to do a little bit faster just because I don't want it to dry. So Joe always calls this my war paint. I do too, because I look like I'm painting myself. It's like, what's it? Oh, thank you for the biddies. I love the Corgo biddies. So I need to clean the top of this. That's another thing, guys, I'm going to go over. So one of the top things you can do is if you are doing skincare is having clean brushes. Okay. I don't know how orange you can see this is, but in person it's pretty dark. So this is going to help cancel out my dark circles underneath my concealer. A couple other things. I'm going to use my green one. Just a couple areas where I have a little. Sometimes I get little Little pimples and things on the underside of my chin here. This is gonna look weird. I have a couple little like veins and stuff, so yes, I put it under my nose a little bit. All right. This is gonna look weird, I know. And I'm trying to get it in there. So I'm using a damp blender, but something you can do too is you can actually just take your ring finger and just tap. I mean, you can use any finger. In the eye area, you want to use your ring finger. This has the least amount of muscle and the least amount of pressure. So that's why. Okay, other side of my blender. And we're gonna dab, 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 dab. And it doesn't have to disappear completely, guys, because it's still gonna be concealer and foundation. Now, speaking of the two, a lot of times you will do foundation first and then concealer. So you can use less concealer and it looks more natural. Oh, well, thank you so much, Hema. Absolutely. I know if the time zones are right. So I think probably some of our weekday streams, because I think that'd be morning for you. But thank you so much for hanging out. We really appreciate it. We'll see you next time. Thank you so much. So again, you can do your concealer first. You can do your foundation first. There's an argument to be made for both. So some people will do their concealer first because they feel they can then hide everything under the foundation and it looks seamless. You can also do, I forget what the technique is called, but you basically like highlight your face with concealer first and then you do your makeup, your foundation on top, and it's sort of like a backlit kind of look, if that makes sense. I like to do some of my concealing under and some over. So this is the ColourPop No Filter Foundation in Fair number 6. It's funny, I don't know if it's just the way the tube is. It like splits to top and bottom and I don't know why. So this one here, I like to use to highlight my face because it is a little bit light for me, which is shocking. So I like to do down, it's so hard because I'm trying to like look in the mirror but also show you guys what I'm doing. So down the center of my nose. Now, I don't know if you guys can see, my nose is slightly crooked at the bottom. It kind of goes off to the side and I don't like it. So I don't go all the way down, but I try to go a little bit. Try to straighten out my nose. This here is to make my big old forehead look bigger. No, I'm just kidding. This helps to highlight high points and also makes my hairline look darker, which is going to contour my face because I have a hard time with contouring because I am pasty, folks. Okay. So dab, 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 dab. Again, this is going to sort of just help under my foundation. Dab, 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 dab. CDC says don't touch my face. I wash my hands very thoroughly, I promise. So that's something too, like at work, like we've had to start screening people and doing questionnaires and doing like thermometer scans on people, and I'm just like, people just wash your hands. Like we have hand sanitizer everywhere, but like if you wash your hand sanitizer is, I can't get to a sink and wash my hands, so I'm gonna use hand sanitizer. Not stop washing your hands altogether. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Okay, so this is my naked skin. I like this one, it's a little bit closer to my color. If you wanted to brighten the under eye, so sometimes what I'll do is I'll do a little bit of this. I'll do like a dab, a dab, a dab, a dab, dab, a dab, a dab, a dab. We ask people to stay home if they're sick, and we have sanitizer everywhere. People have been stealing us, we just take it on the counters. Yeah, so I actually had a patient who was like, you might want to hide that, because we have one at our check-in counter. And we were like, what? And she's like, people have been stealing them. And I'm like, are you kidding me? So ours is actually not like a regular sized one. It's like this big. And I'm like, try it. Try to steal it, because I'm going to see it under your coat and I'm going to see it in your purse. And we have a full one and a half full one, and I put the half full one out. I'm like, just in case somebody tries something. So. And use light pressure around your eyes, guys. You don't want to tear your eyes. You have one at every station, check in, check out, every optician's station, but they're normal size. Yeah, we had big ones, so I had pre-bought them for cold and flu season, because not that you can get them now anyway. So I have a big one at our landing on the second floor. I have a big one at the check-in. I have a big one for the girls behind the desk. And we have wall-mounted ones. A one with a large bust. Yeah, she'd have to have a pretty big bust, and I used to work in bras, so I would know. But you guys can see, look right, see, already less dark. So they're huge, and then we have some small ones, but we keep those like for our clinicians. But we do have, okay guys, I'm just gonna do this for some of these darker spots that I have. We do have the big ones, and then we have some smaller ones behind the desk, and then we also have, in the room, like I said, the wall-mounted ones. We can like, so, and we have refills for those, so that's good. But no one has tried to steal ours yet. I say yet because people steal toilet paper at work sometimes, which is just the craziest thing to me. I don't understand it. Anyway, I've seen women pull some absurd things out of their bras when I worked in retail in high school. Yeah, no, seriously. I had a friend that I worked with that she said during her prom, she's very busty, she snuck in a bunch of nips. I thought that was interesting. Okay, guys, I brought a couple foundations. So we have here, this is the Fit Me Matte and Poreless from Maybelline, which I do really like. This is a good drugstore one, especially for the summer. I love the Tarte Double Duty Beauty Shape Tape. This is the hydrating one in Fair Beige. The first one is in Natural Ivory 112, which is hard to find because they make a 110 and a 115, but this one's hard to find. And then the Maybelline Super Stay Full Coverage, which is probably what I'm going to use today. This is 110 in Porcelain. I haven't used this one in a little while, but I do like this one. And I like that it's a pump, which keeps things easy. It's a little dirty. We're going to clean that off real fast. But yeah, I do like that this is a pump because, I don't know, it's just a little bit cleaner that way. The Shape Tape one, I'll just show you. I do love this, but like you would never want to use this if you're doing someone's makeup like as a client because it's a doe foot. A lot of people I know will take it out of here, put it on like a plate, like a makeup plate, and or on the back of their hand and do it. All right, I'm going to dip back into my water just to moisten my beauty blender. But yeah, people are crazy. It's been nuts. I think the wrong people are panicking, and the people who should be panicking are not panicking. So I put a little blob. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sort of dab it in a couple places, basically to give myself little spots to pull from. And then I always take whatever's left, and I just do one of these, and then I'll do my neck. Please always blend your neck and your ears. Never forget your ears. You're panicked and you're about to try to get some takeout. Posted a drawing. Oh, awesome. Recommendations for takeout. Well, what do you like? We did tacos at home last night, but we almost got it like takeout. Day before we got like some healthy wraps. Did grab extra everything before I hit the fan. Extra back TV. Oh yeah. So here's the thing. I don't shop that often, like because I work a lot, so I don't always get to the store. I'm just going to blend the foundation into the concealer as well. So I don't always get to the store. And so a lot of times I'll buy like a 30 pack of toilet paper, or I'll buy, you know, yeah, get Chinese food. Absolutely. Or I'll buy like, you know, a big pack of toilet paper, a big pack of paper towels, whatever it might be. So I don't have to go out that often. And it happened to be that we ran out of paper towels, and that's now the new thing. So people were going nuts on toilet paper, which it was funny because I went to CVS the other night. I could do a giveaway for hand sanitizer. I've actually thought about it. I'm actually, and I'll talk to you guys about the soap that I make in a minute. So I was at CVS and someone goes, "Are you really out of toilet paper?" The woman's like, "Yes." And she's like, "Does this thing like make you have diarrhea or something?" She's like, "No." I'm like, people are just panic buying. It's not even that it gives you GI issues. They just don't want to leave their house. So I have 12 rolls of toilet paper at the house, luckily, because I still had some left. But if I can find any, I might pick some up. I went to Target yesterday to get a couple things, and they had nothing. It was like none. And then even paper towels, even though they're limiting it to one per person, there was like none left. So I bought a 6-pack of paper towels. It's going to have to last us for a while. We've been trying to cut down on our paper towel usage anyway, but the CDC is recommending you use them as a way to prevent spread of infection. So we'll see. Trading 4-pack of TP for a 4-bedroom house. Yeah, I laugh because, you know the little half-ounce itty-bitty Purells? A 20-pack was going for $400 on Amazon, and I'm like, what do you think a big one goes for? We could pay for the wedding. It's crazy. Because I've got 4 of those big, huge ones. You know what I mean? I'm like, Amazon has been removing things for price gouging. I know, you know, they've been kind of being really good about that. Facebook Marketplace has been taking down listings for masks, hand sanitizers, gloves, things like that. But I keep joking. I'm going to be like, hey kid, you want to buy some Purell? You know, like out of my like trench coat, because it's nuts. It's crazy. So I did manage to pick up some paper towels yesterday, which was good because we needed some. We have enough TP. Like I said, I might buy one more pack, but I'm not going to be one of those people who's panic buying. There's really just no need for it. People are freaking out about water bottles. Buy a Brita. Why are you panic buying water bottles? Buy a Brita. Do you have a faucet? Buy a Brita. Oh gosh. No, in my house it's a necessity. But yeah, I just don't get it. So it's been nuts, but like I'm trying to think what else I was trying to buy. Oh, one of the girls at work tried to go pick up extra like Lysol spray just because what we've been doing is we use PDI standing cloths, which are like hospital grade disinfectants. If they try to fight you, just cough on them, right? It's like, I have corona. We keep saying corona because it's Cooper Humber, but yes, coronavirus. I keep saying, so poor Corona, this is a sidebar. Their sales are down 40%, and 30% of Americans believe that you can get coronavirus from Corona beer. I keep saying what Corona should do is, tell you like, oh, if you're on a quarantine, drink Corona. It'll help you feel better, because it will. Drink some beer while you're at home. You'll feel fine. We also keep calling it the Corona and Lyme virus in my house just for funsies. Oh my gosh. So actually it's funny. A friend of mine was like, I don't need toilet paper. We have a bidet. And someone's like, so do you just walk around with a wet ass? And she was like, yup, LOL. And so it's just funny. But anyway, so we've been doing, why live in fear when you go out partying? We ran out of TP for the patient bathrooms. We've been looking every day, spending hours. Yeah, so when we order from Quill, so we do our paper towels for work and our toilet paper for work from Quill. And I buy it's like a 92 pack at a time. So we have, I think, enough. But the big one, so this is where we're at. So we have enough gloves. We have enough gloves. We have enough hand sanitizer. We have enough alcohol. We have enough PDI wipes, which is the sanitizing wipes. Yeah, I know. We keep ours in the basement separately from where patients can be because we can't trust them. And actually, come to think of it now, we have a cabinet where we keep some. And I should probably take them out of the cabinet because people are shiesty. Yeah, people are stealing from hospital carts. There was actually a thing on Twitter. It was like, please stop breaking into hospital carts and stealing the N95 masks. We need them. So we had gone to order masks before shit had really hit the fan. Shit was only just starting to hit the fan. And we use them sometimes in procedures just, to keep people safe. So a lot of us use what we call plume masks. So like when my laser tech's doing laser, so she's not breathing in, aerosolized particles of hair and skin, she wears one of those. And we placed an order, and the company that does the supply sent a different thing, and she was like, we're not paying for these are not what we ordered. And they're like, well, that's what we have, so we shipped you those. And she's like, but that's not okay, these are the wrong kind of mask. So it's just crazy. But yeah, we have alcohol swabs behind the desk because we have to do the temporal scanner, so we're wiping that down. And I told my girls, I'm like, don't wipe it down after the patient. Take it out before you do it. Wipe it in front of the patient to show them that we're cleaning it and sanitizing it. Do it on them, and then we'll wipe it again after. But it's been so crazy. But yeah, I mean, I tried to buy a couple different things yesterday at the store. So talking about food, I mean, I went to the supermarket and it was bananas. I went to just go get a couple of things just to make tacos. I bought like ground turkey, but like almost everything was sold out. Like at Target, food-wise, everything was sold out. People were panic buying milk, panic buying bread. The bread aisle was like demolished. Meats are gone. I stocked up on things like oatmeal, rice, flour, sugar. Those are the things I always have in stock anyway, because I'm like, I can bake my own bread. That's not a big deal. Like oatmeal's a great breakfast food and it holds for a long time. So things like that. But, at work, my big thing has been that I'm not so worried about right now. And I think we have enough supplies that even in this state, we have probably 6 weeks worth of supplies, even with how much we're using. But in 4 to 6 weeks, I really should be placing an order. And I don't know that we're going to be able to. So I told one of my girls who does my ordering for the office for a lot of the supplies, I was like, when you see it available, just order it. I want to order more gloves as a backup because they're going to start running out soon too. If masks come back into stock, order those. The Sandy wipes that we use, I have our team wiping down every phone, the tablets that the computers that the patients use. We have like those convertible tablet laptops. I have them wiping down those door handles, the faucets, the flusher on the toilet, all that stuff, any banisters, any common surfaces that patients might touch frequently. I have them sanitizing every hour. So we've been really, really being cautious about all of that. Yeah, a lot of places are shutting down. So we found out today, actually, that Massachusetts has over 100 cases. We have two friends who are in quarantine, actually. Um, it's just been nuts. A lot of schools are closing for next week here. I know 4 states have closed down schools totally. And so it's so funny. So Heather's saying CSU. So CSU for me is not Colorado State University. It's School Sculpting University because I attended CSU twice, including their masters. But yeah, I think of it as School Sculpting U. Um, which actually I got cold tone trained this week, you guys. I'm so pumped. I did my first patient yesterday. I was very excited. Yeah, I know where you are, so that's why I know it's Colorado. But yeah, things have just been crazy. And like I said, I know we have enough supplies. Like I checked. So we have like 3.5 of those large pumps of hand sanitizer. I have 4 wall-mounted units plus some refills. I have a canister of PDI Sandy wipes in each room and at the front desk. And I've got 7 that are unopened in the basement. So I have enough of those. But like we tried to get like Lysol spray just to spray things down. Can't find it anywhere. And also, guys, if you're out buying sanitizers and cleaners, just make sure you're checking the ingredient list. It needs to contain at least 60% alcohol. And you can make your own hand sanitizer at home if you can get like a 91% alcohol. Like for work, we can get 99%, which is even stronger. But if you can get 91%, I want to say it's like a 2/3 to 1/3 ratio with aloe vera gel. There are some really good published recipes. There's also some for sprays that are nice that won't, you can add some glycerol so it won't dry out your hands. Something that I'm doing, because hand washing is one of the biggest precautions you can do. You can't find aloe vera anywhere. Oh my gosh, probably because people are making their own sanitizer. We actually use it at work sometimes. But people are probably using it to make sanitizer. I would check Amazon. You might be able to find some on there. But I make soap on the side. This is something I used to make it and sell it on the side just for funsies. And yeah, people would try to steal a wall-mounted hand sanitizer. You'd be surprised. People try to steal the craziest things. It's nuts. So I make soap on the side for funsies. Sometimes I gift it to friends and family. I used to sell it at work sometimes. But tea tree oil is naturally antimicrobial. Now, it's not antiviral, but there are no antiviral soaps. The point is to wash your hands really well, right? So I picked up some tea tree oil. It's coming in today, and I'm going to be making some batches of like strong tea tree oil soap because I'll tell you what, hand sanitizer is selling out, hand soap is selling out. It's going to be only a matter of time before you can't find it anywhere. And then Realm's talking about growing aloe vera at home. My grandfather's summer house, we had big aloe vera plants. They're huge. They get so big. But it's really nice. It's really like you open up the leaf and you can just like squeeze the jelly out. Hello, Toppit. How are you? I want to know how Toppit gets the cute little, Charity. Oh, that's how you get your snowflake, from Charity. Oh, that's awesome. That's so cute. All right, guys, next step. While we're chatting, just so I can get going here and start working on this. So this is the GRWM Meteorites Pearls. And I love this, I love the pattern on the things. They come out with all different ones. I know, I keep joking that we should have sold hand sanitizer to pay for the wedding. Grabbed hand soap, last jug of hand soap, and last jug of bleach. Wasn't even panic buying, which is on my normal shopping list. That's been me. I mean, I literally went to just pick up things that we needed around the house. Like, luckily I have Lysol spray at home. Luckily I have tons of cleaning stuff at home. I have plenty of hand soap. Like I said, I make soap. But we have gel soap. We have cleaning supplies. We have antibacterial. We have everything at the house because I shop very infrequently for the house. So, but like I have a couple things of hand sanitizer at home. I have a bunch at work, so I'm doing what we can. Yes, please go get coffee. Clearly I've already had mine. Joe made me some French press this morning. So when Joe and I started dating, our first Christmas together, we'd only been together about a month. He got me a Sephora gift card because he already knew. And I had really been wanting to buy these for a long time. These are hella expensive. These are the Meteorites Pearls in light or clear. I don't know if you can see next to the lights. There we go. And I love them. At first I thought, oh, it's just a highlighting powder, but it's actually a face powder, and it does help to give you just a luminous glow. I don't know if it'll pick up on camera, but people, when I wear it in person, are always like, oh my God, your skin looks so glowy. And I'm like, oh, does it? Thank you. Yeah, you see people buy stuff in bulk. It's crazy, yeah. Don't have school for 2 weeks in Maryland because all the schools are closed down. Yeah, I think 4 or 5 states now have closed down all of their schools. It's been bananas. A lot of our schools in the area are closed down. Like I said, we have 2 friends that are in quarantine. And we have over 100 cases here in Mass now, which is scary. Although I think like 55 cases came from the Biogen conference, which is so, you know. Anyway, guys, I'm going to use this IT Cosmetics Blurring Powder Brush. I like it because it's very floofy. It's got like an optic diffuser kind of quality to it. I don't know if you can see. It's like very floofy at the end. So it looks like this. They're like little pearls. Ooh, I dropped one. No. I've had this for eons, and I just can't finish it, which is fine by me, because, like I said, it's hella expensive. So you just kind of give it a little swirly swirl. Which, can we just... It's for my ASMR folks. And sometimes I try to wiggle down in there and get all the powder, because some of the powder comes off the pearls. And then... I love this brush because it feels so nice. You panic, bought a bunch of powder. You know what's funny? I have a ton of batteries at my house, which it works out well. So it's funny because I just placed like a bunch of large orders for supplies at work, and my mom was like, what if, you know, we start getting people panic canceling, and we, you know, we're doing all these orders and stuff, and I'm like, no, we're gonna be fine. People aren't gonna cancel that much. And we've had some cancellations, but it hasn't been too bad. But in case of emergency, I do have a couple of things planned marketing wise to just try to get people in. If they're, you know, we're telling people, we'll waive your fees even if you cancel the same day. If you feel sick, please just call us and cancel. You know, we don't want you coming in. And I'm just buffing this in, guys, just to kind of, I don't think it picks up on camera, but in person it's like kind of luminous and dewy and glowy. But anyway, so we've been telling people to cancel if they need to, but we don't want people to panic cancel. Although then the CDC went and released a thing saying, cancel all your haircuts, nail appointments, and spa appointments. And I'm like, shut your whore mouth. I don't care what else you say, but you shut your whore mouth. So one of my mom's colleagues, she owns a spa as well, and they closed for the next like 2.5 weeks, which is crazy. And I'm like, I don't want to close for 2 weeks. Oh, Breath of the Wild DLC. I'm like, botchwa. Okay, guys, so just that's like a light layer of powder just to schmoosh things out. Also because, so if I'm using a like a liquid blush or a cream blush, I will not powder first. I'll powder after. But I want to use my my favorite, which is my NARS Orgasm. Which, first time I ever bought this from my mom, she's like, it's called Orgasm Blush. And people were like, I like your blush. She's like, it's called Orgasm. And I'm like, oh my God, my mother's a teenage boy. Anyway, so this is Orgasm. So it's considered a universally flattering blush because it has peach to pinky tones, and it looks good on, oh God, don't mind my nails. I'm gonna do this. I gotta do my nails. But it's considered universally flattering, and you can see mine has been through the ringer. It's like all beat up. This is another one, lasts forever, but it's, I'm just gonna show you, it's a very like peachy pinky color, and it goes on really nicely without skipping. So for this, what I'm using is another It Cosmetics brush, which I really like these. If you use Ulta and you use their points, this is how I got mine really cheap, and I actually got them for free. But this is the Soft Touch Blush Brush. Today we are having a masterclass on enunciation. I'm like goofy today. I'm not used to having a Saturday off. And Joe made me coffee like right before I streamed. He was like leaving for work. We had coffee, and then like I came and streamed. So I'm just gonna tap into this very lightly and tap off the excess. So I have very high cheekbones. So you can see. Wants the soft touch. I know. Submitting vision and medical claims. I know. It's so funny. I was talking to somebody yesterday. He's my rep for Cool Tone, and why doesn't he work anymore? Help. What? Oh. Yeah, honestly, go ahead, enter the giveaway. So I'll make him give it away later. 90 cases in Ireland. A few universities are closed. Yeah, like I said, we're closing a lot of schools here. This is an old school thing, so you... That's your hollow. This is your cheek. So I like this one because it's got the angle. I don't know if you guys can see it. And I kind of bring it up into my temple. Now, here's what I do. So I'm very fair. And again, I have... So you can kind of see. Now, what I want to do... To show you guys. So I learned how to do blush a cajillion years ago, and my mom did makeup in the 80s. Right? So that's how I originally learned to do like your nose and do your hairline. So here's the other thing. On camera, it does not... Joe is not streaming today. He's at work. I got the day off and he's working. So I'm just going to buff this in very lightly. Now, I'm doing in person, it looks a lot heavier because on camera, it doesn't pick up if it's not a little bit heavier. So what I do is I put it on. Then I take that first diffuser brush there, the optical blurring powder brush, and I will, yeah, go make lunch. Absolutely. So at the edges of where my blush is, I just sort of will blur. Yeah, Joe's making that money. I know. I now have the second Saturday of every month off, which is really good because I'm MCAT prepping. So again, I sort of just very gently will kind of blur the edges to soften it so it's not so harsh. But you can see it has almost like a little bit of a shimmer, so it's nice because you get almost like a little bit of like a highlight in there too. Now for the actual highlight, this is the Ofra Beverly Hills highlighter palette, if I can open it up. Ooh, it's so shiny. There we go. It's so shiny the lights like pick up on it too much. So we'll do it from maybe here so you can see. Ooh, oh my gosh, there we go. So this is actually almost truly a white. This one is like a peach, there's a pink, there's a champagne, and there's actually like a bronze. The bronze one is way too dark on me. What you can do is you can swirl them all. He's making that money for you, Ronan? Yeah, I know. He's gonna make some money for me next. The bronze one's too dark for me. So like I said, you can swirl them all together and get kind of a mixed color. I sometimes will use it as like a quick, like if I'm gonna do a fast makeup, I might use that as just my my eyeshadow color, to be honest. But I do, what I like is I have two brushes here that I really like for that. So this one is from Body Shop. It's a blush brush, but I actually really like this for highlighter. Yeah, we could get some Happy Meals, why not? This one here is a Real Techniques brush. This one is the number 300. It's technically a blush brush as well, but I like this one for highlight. I will show you guys how to make highlight pop too. Maybe we'll do that at the end. We'll do it after eyes, just so I can show you guys some tricks. So really quickly, so my brushes get filthy, and for years what I did was I would use Johnson & Johnson baby soap with warm water and then clean my brushes and let them dry. And then all my friends were like, Cinema Secrets is the bomb. And I was like, okay, whatever. And then I was at Indie Beauty Expo this year and they were there and they had a booth and they showed me and I was like, shit, that's really good. So I picked up a small bottle. I actually should have bought the big bottle if I had been smart. But basically, let me just find a brush that's like filthy. And I'll just show you guys real quick. So what you do, and it dries like really fast. Let's just find one that's like dirty. Okay, here, I have some blending brushes. Okay, blending brush, fairly dirty. Gonna put a tiny bit. So they had these at the show. I thought it was really cute. These little dishes, and this pops off. I'm gonna put the teensiest amount, like tiny, tiny. You dip the tip, just the tip, into there, okay? And then on a towel, you just sort of swirl it and clean it. And see how that's white now? Now it's clean. And you can see it on the rag there. It's all dirty. And it all comes off, and then in like seconds, this will be dry. Busy, had to go lurk. That's fine. It's fine, Heather. I understand. So I like these. These are two-sided brushes, which is fun. So I'm gonna just do a quick little dippity dip. Clean this one. I'll just show you guys really fast too. This reminds me of when an ex tried to teach me her morning makeup routine. I was confused, but I couldn't ignore it. It's like a train wreck, right? It's fascinating. You can't look away. You don't understand. You're confused. It's a mess, but you can't stop looking. So just to show you guys really quickly, because this one's pretty dirty. So you just dip the tip in, like I said, just the tip. See how that's nice and like white now, or whitish? Actually, I'll do another round. But you can see it's pretty dirty. I needed to clean my brushes. There we go. Now it's white. Nice and clean. You do some ASMR with that too. Just cleaning brushes, man. So this is a blending brush. So clean brushes. First off, this is going to be sanitizing as well, which is really nice, especially if you're doing makeup on other people. But you should also clean your own brushes for a couple of reasons. Dirty makeup brushes are going to give you breakouts. It's going to spread bacteria. If you ever have something like an eye infection, do not use your makeup. Even if you can sanitize it. It's bad, man. It's real bad. So like this one's an eyeliner brush. This was black a minute ago. I mean, this is nice and clean now. So I'm just going to really quickly clean some brushes while we chit chat. And tell me guys, like, what do you want to see for a makeup look? I have a couple palettes I'll show you that I brought with me. I didn't bring all of them because I do own about 30 palettes or 40 palettes. I don't know, something crazy like that. I actually own like 700 bottles of nail polish, which you can't tell because I haven't done my nails in a while. I own a lot of makeup. So it's sort of an endless supply. I've been better in recent years though, because I used to just be like, oh my God, it's limited edition, I have to have it. And I think the beauty community as a whole has really been getting out of that, where we're kind of like, we're not impressed anymore. Like, you know, for a while, everybody was like, limited edition, everything. And we would go out and we would all buy it. And now we're all kind of like, you know what? Like, we're sick of this bullshit. Like, enough. You're coming out with all these, like, subpar palettes just, like, every other week. And we're done. We're not going to keep buying these. And I think hopefully makeup brands are taking notice, but we'll see. But I know like a lot of my friends in the beauty community have been like, no, like I'm cutting down my collection and I'm not going to fall for the whole it's limited edition anymore. Like that doesn't mean I need it. And that's kind of where I've ended up, is that I'm like, you know what? Like, do I need it? Probably not. You know, I have so many limited edition palettes that barely get any love in my house because I'm like, well, maybe it was only okay, or, you know, the colors are really pretty in their color story, but how useful are they? How often can I use them? And again, sometimes they're coming out with these collections so quickly that maybe the quality is a little subpar. Oh yeah, go grab contacts. Girl, give me them contacts. I will literally trade you skincare for contacts. I have a toric lens in my right eye, so of course it's more expensive. By the way, I love that you replied to my tweet on Twitter. So Dr. Glaucom Flecken is an ophthalmologist on Twitter, and if you own the office, you'll do that. I know, right? It would be like just backroom trading, like. But yeah, Dr. Glaucom Flecken is a ophthalmologist on Twitter, and he's like really funny, and he has this entire article about like why not to use like Visine, and I just thought it was really funny. But then I was like, shit, I need eye drops, and he was like, Systane and Refresh are the royalty of ophthalmology. I can't talk today. And I was like, well, I guess we're gonna go. I usually get the Blink. I do like Blink. And he said Blink is like the next tier down. But then there's somewhere he's like, don't get these, they suck. Okay, guys, so I brought a couple of palettes. Let me just move all my shit out of the way. Really quickly, if you guys want a fun, great eyeshadow for like an everyday, like quickie, you can tell this is very well loved. This is Himalaya from NARS. This is the dual intensity, right? Dual intensity? Yes, eyeshadow. I love these. Yeah, Dr. Glaucom Flecken's like, Visine is for stone teenagers trying to hide it from their parents. But yeah, he's like, if your eyes are red, there's a reason. Like, but yes, no, temporarily they're okay. This is filthy though, I'm realizing. But yeah, so this is a good one and done. And you can see there's a pretty good depression there. Sometimes I'll do this with my finger and I'll just like do one of these and then rub it on, blend out the edge, done. And like, that's my like 2-second, I have to run makeup look. So this is a good one, Heather, if you want for you. You can actually, the reason it's called dual intensity is you can do it with a wet brush and it has a more metallic look. But this is one of my favorites. It's very, very well loved. I actually got it in a Sephora favorites kit. And I fell in love with it. I would have never picked it up randomly, like on its own. But I'll just show you guys really quickly. We'll do a quick little swatch here. So that's what it looks like. It's very pretty. And you can kind of diffuse it as well and kind of get like a softer glow. But then we'll do a quick little, a wet finger here. I don't know if you guys can tell the difference. See how it's a little bit shinier and a little wetter looking? That's it when it's wet, which I'm an idiot and I didn't bring any makeup wipes. So it's hard because like, I think Joe has told you guys before, like we live one place and we stream another place. No, we don't have two homes. We don't have one home. We rent from my parents and then we stream at his parents. So I have to like schlep all my things here in order to stream. So that's why we usually just do games because the computer's already here. Which I'm so sad. I started a new Sims file on my computer at home because my other ones didn't transfer, which Joe's like, yeah, you should tell me and I'll do it. And I'm like, I didn't know. So I started a new account on my other one. I've been playing like a get famous file, trying to get her famous. Oh, my brushes look so clean and pretty now, you guys. I kind of want to show you. So it looks real good, man. Let's see if I can. Oh, I know. I saw you've been playing Sims 2. All right, let's try this. Doop. Is this gonna work? There we go. Look how clean they look. They look so good now. Don't mind these guys. These guys didn't get done. these guys did. Oh, so shiny. So shiny and new. Sorry, Cooper. That scared the hell out of Cooper. How to make the screen bigger for streaming. I'm sure it's something in the code. Oh, for yours? Probably. Joe could probably tell you. Yeah, I saw you were feeling a little bit burnt out with Sims 4. And I feel you sometimes. Like, it can happen. All right, guys, let me show you this. This is the Vizart Bridal Satin Palette. I bought these because everyone's like, Vizart's incredible. And they are. They're super pigmented, but because this is an all satins palette, I can't use it all on its own. I do need to have some mattes to blend it with. But these are super, super pigmented. This palette is like $80 or something ridiculous. But I will tell you what, the color payoff is incredible, and you get 12 shades. So per shadow, that's not that bad. But it's a really pretty versatile palette. This one was a limited edition one that I actually kind of had to have. So this is the Make Believe in Yourself from Tarte. Ooh, that mirror is filthy, but anyway. So all of these are metallics except for Myth, which is this one here. And then the center is a highlight shade, which you can use on your face or on your eyes. But you can see here, it's, oh, I don't know if it picks up, but it's kind of a golden-y shimmer. That's pretty. I like that one. I grabbed a few. Tartelette. This palette is filthy because it gets a lot of love. Again, very shiny packaging, so it's very difficult. But you can see these are all mattes. So this is the original Tartelette. They make Tartelette in Bloom, and then they have like the Tartelette Heat, or I don't know, Toasted, or whatever they're called. So anyway, this is really pretty. Each one of these is a color story. So like each one is a look across. So let me do it this way because this is the way it reads. So basically these are like your, I'll go this way, 4 shades in a story, and they go across like that. So these are all sort of like your warmer browns and taupey into black, and then you have like your purple ones, and then these are like a lighter, more warm, chocolatey kind of browns. So that's a good palette just to have as like a base to start with, because everybody needs some good mattes. Oh my god, this poor palette. Holy cow, why are you so dirty? This palette is like my baby. I'm gonna just give it a quick little clean, real fast, real quick, just because I love this one. So my Honey Bunch bought me this one year for Christmas, I think, last year. So this is the ColourPop Disney Designer Princess, because I am, again, extra. I love that has all the signatures of all the princesses up here. But so this is a fun one. There are, like, these here in the middle are all, like, very metallic, very sparkly. These are sort of also like a more of a straight metallic. These are matte, shimmer. These are a glitter. Those are really fun and pretty too. So those are a good time. So I'm gonna take a 2-minute break. I'm gonna go wash my hands and just clean up a little bit, and I will be right back, you guys. So we will BRB. Don't go anywhere. about that, guys. So I went to go wash my hands and the dog was like, hey mom, I gotta boop. So I had to go take him outside. So I apologize for that. And then I also realized when I was washing my hands that this is really, on camera it's not, but like in person it's a little much on this side. So we're just gonna soften that up. All right, guys, so sorry about that again. But sometimes when you're a dog, duty calls. Duty. You feel better, my loaf? You feel better? Yeah, okay. All right, and then Realms is making some food. Lo mein, Mongolian beef, some pork sides, bok choy. We gotta get treat stream set up because I'm hungry, and Joe and I are gonna get lunch, I think, after the stream, because I think by then he should be done with his client. But I'm hungry. I never ate breakfast today. All right, so we're gonna start out. Recognize this music. Do we have music? Oh, I think for you guys there's music. I don't think for me there's music. On my side it's quiet. Is it like our background music? All right, guys, so for my eyes, a couple options here. Corrupted the heck out of Joe with treat stream. I know, seriously. I want some food, man. Okay, so there's two options lately that I've been using. So I always liked Too Faced Shadow Insurance. I'll be honest, I've been using less Too Faced products just because as a company, they've just been kind of shitty. So I've been trying to not use it. I've been using up what I have, but I'm not gonna buy anymore. He was gonna focus on the game. Seriously, food, dude. All right, so the other one I've been really obsessed with lately is Max Painterly Paint Pot. How have they been shitty as a company? Well, so the owner of the company has made a lot of real crappy statements, and they're kind of vulgar. Let's just grab my phone and look up some things Jared Blandino has said. Let's just see here, because he's pretty shitty. Also, like his sister, also kind of shitty. Supposedly, he's also possibly the person behind. So I don't know if you guys are familiar with Nikki Tutorial. So Nikki recently came out as trans, and you know, she has kind of kept this as a secret her whole life, basically. Her family, especially her mom, was really supportive, and she began her transition at the age of, I think, 6. And no one knew. No one, I mean, people very close to her knew, but that's her narrative, and that's her story, and that's her place to decide if that's something she wants to share with people. And so she did a coming out video of, you know, kind of her story, and it was something she said she kind of always was going to talk to people about, and, you know, eventually kind of come out. But it's a scary thing, right? We live in a world where people are cruel, people are mean, and people aren't always as accepting as they should be. So, you know, this was her secret to keep, and then she basically was blackmailed into kind of a like, I'm gonna tell the world your story, which is a really fucked up and shitty thing to do, because if she wasn't comfortable yet with sharing her story, that's her prerogative. And if, you know, if and when someone's ready to share that about themselves and say, look, you know what, yeah, I was born a man and I became a woman and this is my story, then that's their place to do so. But no one should ever be forced to do so. And it's suspected that the person who kind of blackmailed her was him. And then his sister, who was part of the company, made lots of transphobic comments, and basically changed her Instagram bio to transgender, huh? That's not the only thing she's lying about. So that's kind of shitty as a company. And some of just the different comments, you know, and things like that. Now he's coming out and saying, you know, he's now fired his sister and he's supporting Nikki, but I think it's a little too late. And it's also like, I'm trying to cover for myself and have better PR. I don't know. I just don't, things like that just aren't cool with me. Like, they're just not kosher. But lots of different things. I'm trying to find some of the other things that have happened. There's just lots of like little comments and things like that I just I'm not going to support people like that. Some of the things that they sell can be a little vulgar sometimes. Especially with like younger kids who are getting into makeup, which whatever, I'm all for funny, like NARS is orgasm, fine. But they've never been a cutesy brand targeted at kids. They've always been sort of a more adult kind of brand. Too Faced does lots of cutesy packaging, but then they have things like Glow Job, you know, as a face mask. So I don't know, that's, and whatever, that's fine, that's their prerogative. I don't care if they want to be provocative, but as a company, being transphobic is never okay. And, you know, having comments like that and threatening someone, yeah, right, I said it earlier, do Ronan. But my thing is, like, don't be a shitty person like that. Don't decide someone else's story is yours to tell, or to force somebody or put someone in a position where they're uncomfortable and blackmail someone and make nasty comments. And I really like Nikki, and obviously that plays a part in why that bothers me so much. But other than that, it's just not okay. It's not okay to basically take away someone's voice and their choice, you know. And good on Nikki that she took that and went, you know what, like, I feel free, like, I've told my story now, but this isn't the way in which I wanted to do this. You know, she kind of made the best of a bad situation, and luckily people were very supportive of her after the, you know, after the fact. And I think she was nervous she was going to lose a lot of people, but I think that's a really shitty thing to do, to be like, if you don't tell the world in da 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 da, I'm going to tell your story and I'm going to threaten you and this, that, and the other, whatever else happened in the background. So that's part of why I just haven't, I don't know, I've been using up what I have, but I will not be buying more, put it that way. Anyway, tirade over. There's a couple companies like that I just will not use anymore. Or just even like, there was a brand years ago, they made some really cool products, and then I found out they had some really shitty practices. You know, like they were repackaging from another brand, basically, and selling it at, you know, 14 times the price. And the owner of that company, too, lots of xenophobic comments and, you know, just different really shitty things that were said and done that I'm just like, nope, I will never buy from them again. And then they had a really big credit card scandal where people's information got stolen, and it just was like one thing after another. And I was like, nope, I already wasn't buying from you. You're a racist piece of shit, and I will not be giving you my money. And then it was like, oh, hey, also now your entire company is embroiled in this huge credit card fraud scheme. Cool. I am not. And I won't name names. To me, like I said, it's just really shitty. Anyway, so this is Max Painterly paint pot. So they make these paint pots that like a creamy, almost like a shadow, but the Painterly one is sort of like a nude base. So I'm just going to take a little bit on my finger. So this works really well. This is like a cult favorite for priming the eyes. So I'm just going to blob some of that on. And you can just see it kind of neutralizes and cancels out any color in my lid. My right eye is the eye that's been kind of bugging me lately, so I can feel like as I'm pressing that it's like a little scritchy. Although my contacts feel better after I got the drops the other day. I also probably need to change my contacts because this was only for 2 weeks and it's been like 5 weeks because I'm cheap. Again, I use toric lenses in my right eye, so those are more expansive. But boy, do I see a lot better with a toric lens. Girl, I know. So a couple times like in college, I like slept in my lenses and my doctor was like, they're supposed to only be for 2 weeks. Now you're running around the clock sometimes because you're sleeping in them basically and your eyes aren't breathing and you're wearing them for several. She's like, you're wearing them like 4 times longer than you should be. And I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm a poor college student. I know. I need to change them out. Although I will say this. So she gave me a new prescription when I went, and that's what I'm wearing right now. But I don't know. I feel like I can't see that well. So I might use up what's left of my other one and then kind of reevaluate. All right. I know. I know. I've had corneal abrasions before, and those aren't fun, so I can't even imagine. I know. I gotta. Don't be like me, guys. Change your contacts. I do have to change them. I probably will change them this weekend. I do have more. I need to order more too. That's the other problem, because I had. Right. I know it drives you crazy because you're in the field. Like Joe doesn't ever do skincare, and then I'm like, take care of your skin. I was mad though because I now have one less contact for one eye because I opened it and it was ripped and they didn't replace it, and I was really upset. But anyway, so we're gonna go into the Tartlet palette, and I'm gonna get one of my floofies. So this is my two-sided It Cosmetics brush. I don't know if that's the one I want. Maybe we will. We'll do the crease brush. So first off, what kind of look are we doing, guys? I don't even know anymore. Yeah, I would buy from my office, but they charge like twice as much as I buy it like online, so I can't. And they've been upping my copays. Like, it's been crazy. I don't know what kind of look I want to do. Maybe we'll just think kind of, I don't know, springy. So I'm going to go into this one. So Tartelette is all different, like, I know it's the insurance company. I know. But also, like, I don't know. I love my eye doctor, but I have a love-hate relationship with their office. I booked the first appointment of the day, and they often run, like, 2 hours behind schedule, which makes me crazy. Even though I work in an office myself, if I book the first appointment, it's not like you're in surgery. Like, you're only doing that. Yeah, so I literally booked, like, an 8 a.m. when they first open, and then, like, 90 minutes later, I'm like, can I please be seen? Like, if I'm at the OB or at, like, a different doctor, like, you might be in surgery, you might be called out for a procedure, but, like, come on, man. If I come to Colorado and bring my prescriptions in my last no, maybe if I go visit my uncle. I've actually never been out that way. Okay, so all the colors in here are like, it's supposed to be like, you know, inspirational women kind of things. Oh, your game's still open. That's funny. So it's like free spirit, force of nature, best friend, dreamer. So I'm gonna go into caregiver, which is sort of this light pinky color right here, which is sort of a floofy brush. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna start to like highlight my brow bone. Now I know this is backwards from what some people do, but because I'm so fair, I like to at least kind of block out this part a little bit. So it's gonna have like a slight pinky hue, but I'm also gonna go into Supermom, which is this sort of lighter beige here. And I will go back and I will also highlight this later. I just like to get a little bit in there. Okay, so let's pick an all over shade. What are we gonna use today? I don't know. Let's find out, shall we? At home, it's so much harder because I have so many palettes and so many eyeshadows that I'm like, I don't know what I want to use. I kind of want to use some of my Visart palette, but again, they're very pigmented and they're very satin, so I like to use them as like a pop on the lid. I think what I'm going to do, let's see, I think maybe what we'll do is we'll do Juju, which is this one here, this mid-toned pink in the Disney Princess palette. I'm going to do that as an all over. So I'm going to use that same two-sided brush, but this is my all over shade side. So this is really pink. It's kind of a peachy pink. I'm just going to do a little dab. Do you guys know that there's a Bob Ross Twitch, which I love, by the way? That's like, if I ever need to like relax, like that's my like soothing, relaxing. My mother-in-law was like, are you really watching Bob Ross? One day I was like, yes, I am. So you guys can see, it's a very soft wash of pink. Oh my god, my belly's grumbling. I hope you guys can't hear that. I'm so hungry. So I'm just going to do this from lash line to crease. Very light touch. Yeah, it looks at Bob Ross on recommended channel. Seriously. That's how I found it. I was like, I need some happy little trees in my life. So I'm just dabbing in, tap the excess. And then pat. So if you want more bold color, you can always pat it in. I like to pat and then blend. And don't tug on your eyes. Sometimes I do that and I have to like stop myself, but. I don't know if you guys can hear like the let's see if I get close to the mic. Probably not. Get a little ASMR in there. A friend of yours did a college sketch of Bob Ross. That's cool. All right, I'm going to take the fluffy side and I'm just going to kind of blend out that crease. We're going to add a crease in, but I just want to get this blending color kind of blended out into the crease area, and then we'll add an actual crease color in. So soft wash of pink. Again, it's not as intense on camera as it is in person, but that's okay. So let's see, maybe I'll do, I do like this. I think we're gonna go with like a pinky kind of look. You didn't go see the performance, but oh well. Oh, there you go. We're gonna use Fairy Godmother, I think, which is this color here. And actually, let's just see really fast because that's kind of a sort of a peachy, pinky color. Maybe that one. Do I want to use the shimmer color? I also have this one that's kind of a fun color. It's called Pixie. So the ones in this one are all like mythical. So like it's because it's make believe in yourself. So it's like magic, fairy, mystic, crystal, pixie. Like they're all like that kind of feel. So I don't want to go like too peachy like this one. I do want to go more pinky. I think we are gonna go with maybe we'll do Fairy Godmother. Maybe we'll do a little bit of like, so this is Fairy Godmother here in the middle, like I said. And then Enchanted Rose is this one down here. That's kind of like a purpley, mauvey, rosy color. So maybe we'll do that as well. So we're gonna add so this is a shimmery shade. So we're gonna press into that. And then I'm gonna actually just press into the lid. Now, shimmers sometimes don't blend as well. Some mattes sometimes will skip. Shimmers sometimes will be patchy. So I like to press them. Just because otherwise it might not go so well. Okay. I figure out what I want for a crease shade too. Oh, actually, wait a minute. I think Myth. Yeah, so Myth is sort of this more taupey pink. I gotta see how dark that's gonna be because that might be dark enough for crease. It might not be. If not, possibly Grumpy, which is this one here, or even a Boo because that's a little bit more of like a darker, almost like a rosy brown. So where's my crease brush? So this is my crease brush that I really like. This is from Sigma. Yeah. This is the E47 crease shader. So it's tight, but it's got a little fluff to it, but it's kind of a tight bristle. It's a little stiffer, which makes it good for crease. Oh my God, I hope you guys can't hear that. My belly is like... So I picked up some color there. So I pick it up on one side, and then I sort of like to turn it up. Now, the easy way to find your crease, okay, is if you put your brush in, right? So with your eye closed, you can place it, and then when you open it, it's sort of in this little eyeball pocket. I know that looks freaky. But basically, you want to be able to, like, poke it in. Whee! I know it looks freaky, but anyway, that's kind of where. And we're going to build this up, too. We're going to do this color. I think we're going to add a little bit of that other color, too, to deepen it up. I still don't know what this look is going to be. I'll be real with you guys. I have no clue. We're going to go on this journey together, guys. You guys, it's so crazy. I have today off. I have tomorrow off. I have Monday off. I'm like, I feel like these kids come from school. I'm like, holy cow. I don't know what to do myself. I mean, I'm going to be studying a lot, but... Yeah, go lurk so you can cook. Absolutely. Bring me some. I'm telling you guys, we got to get on this treat stream thing because I'm hungry. I feel like Joe. Can't concentrate now. I'm like, food. Food. Oh, actually, you know what? Tart, let's get some darker colors too. Maybe we'll add some purples in here. If I can open this palette. This color, Best Friend, I love. Oh, can't see that. It's this one here. No, this one. That's Best Friend. It's a purple, but it comes out almost a little bit muddier, like a more brown. I also do love Power Player, which is this taupey one here. Oh gosh, this is such a shiny palette, this taupey one. It looks very gray on the stream, but I'm gonna add a little bit of this Best Friend color. So sometimes what I'll do is I'll just show you guys. I'll sort of paint it in. I don't know if you guys can see that. See how it's kind of like a sharper line? It's painted in, and then I will go in and smudge and blend. See, compared to this one, it's more definition. I don't know if I go like that. Is it easier? I don't know, because I can't see when my eyes are closed. I have not yet developed that superpower. So I always laugh because I can get my makeup done in like 15 minutes if I need to. Not like this, but if I have all the time in the world, like if I have like an hour, I can do like a lot more. I've done some cool stuff too, where like I've turned myself black and white. I've done like some effects makeups. I've made myself into a mermaid. I've done like fake wounds and like Halloween makeup, which is fun. So I don't know, maybe as we get to like end of the year, closer to Halloween, maybe that's something we'll think about doing possibly. Heather goes, in 15 minutes I can roll out of bed, get dressed, grab my shit, get in the car, get to work, and clock in just in time. Look, most mornings, I'm not gonna lie to you, most mornings I rely on just having good skincare because I like get up, I do like a super like my nighttime skincare routine is so much more than my daytime skincare routine, because in the morning I'm like, I woke up, I washed my face, I threw my clothes on, braided my hair, I'll brush and braid, and then I like go to work. And I'll like make my coffee at work at my desk and everything. Most days I don't do my makeup for work anymore. I used to, but I'm up so late studying and stuff that like, and I'm not a morning person, guys. I'm not at all. I hate getting up in the morning. I would rather be up till 6 than get up at 6 is what I always say. So it's a real hard time for me in the morning. I'm a struggle bus. So for me, like, I used to get up. I used to do makeup. I used to do all that stuff. I just don't anymore. Is there like plastic on this brush still? Oh, that's so funny. There was still plastic on it. And I use this all the time, so that's just been chilling there. So this is a Real Techniques blending brush. I'm just going to go in with a clean blending brush and just do one of these. So when I used to work at VS, sometimes I would come into my shift a little early and I would do my makeup on the floor. And patients, yeah. Wrong group of people. Clients would be like, oh, I love that. Like, can you show me how to do that? I'm like, yes, I can. Here's all the products you need. Let me ring you out. I was good at my job, I will say that. I'm good at sales. Joe wants me to take a rep job. I've thought about it, but I like to see my family. Okay, so far this is just kind of very soft look, not a deep crease or anything. I can deepen this crease, so this color is called Bombshell. It's like an eggplanty purple. Again, it's a little bit muddy. That's the only thing with this palette that I don't love, is like the colors aren't vibrant. So obviously you guys can see that's a much darker crease color. And I'm only going to use this on like the outer third to outer half. But yeah, I used to love like doing my hair, doing my makeup for work. I just don't have the time or the energy anymore. Like a lot of times my days are just so busy. And then like some days I demo treatments. So like I gotta take off all my makeup anyway. So a lot of times good skincare just gets me through, and I'm like, yeah, look, I'm not even wearing any makeup. This is just my skincare. All right, I'm just gonna blend out this darker color. So the further down you hold it too, the lighter the pressure, the better the blend. If I hold it up here, it's very controlled and tight. But if I do this, there we go. But yeah, like I said, I just get tired. I think the other thing too is I had gained so much weight that like a lot of my cute clothes didn't fit, and so I like stopped wanting to get dressed up because it couldn't fit into my clothes, which made me not want to do like my hair and makeup. So depression sucks, man. But you know, I'm losing weight. I'm trying to get back to fitting into a lot of my clothes and feeling confident again. And the other thing too is I wear scrubs 5-6 days a week. It's hard to feel cute wearing scrubs. There's some scrubs that are kind of cute, and I do have some that are nice. Yeah, that's the thing. I want to go to the gym too, but my knee has still really been hurting me. So like just with diet change, so there's a company that I think I told you guys I rep for, and I started repping for them because I like their products. So they do a lot of nutrition products, which if you guys ever want to talk about that too. My first job ever was in nutrition, and like supplements. I worked for a personal trainer. But so they do skincare, and their skincare is good. I think what I sell at work is better. I'll be totally frank. But I do love their nutrition products, and I lost 15 pounds in February, just in February, from just changing my diet, because I can't, like I said, I can't go to the gym right now. It's just not happening because my knee hurts a lot. I'm gonna take this. I don't think they have names, but this is the lighter pink color in the satin visor palette. I'm just gonna take the clean side of that brush from earlier. Yeah, I'd like to get back to the gym. So actually, cool tone, what I was talking about, this is gonna be the inner corner, guys. Inner third, I should say. Cool tone, which I was talking about earlier, that I got certified in this week, is a procedure that helps you to build muscle without having to go to the gym. So you do 25,000 muscle contractions in 30 minutes. And, ooh, hold on, sorry, I got something in my eye. Ooh. Oh boy, hold on. So it does 25,000 muscle contractions in 30 minutes rather. And so it helps you to like build muscle without going to the gym. Goal is to go to the gym before work because I'd rather go straight home after work and have time to decompress and relax. Yeah, I can't go in the morning. I don't get anything done if I go in the morning. I have to go after work, if anything, or like in the evening. I don't work out well in the morning, even with skating. Like my coach used to be like, it's almost useless to have you come in. I didn't like how that looks, so I'm just changing this up. I just don't get as much done. Yeah, so I don't mind cardio. Like I said, the hard thing has been my knee. Because my knee has been hurting, like I can't really jog. I can't run. I can't squat. I can't, like, we walked at the park the other day, and we ran at the park actually, and I had a hard time with my knee afterwards. Yeah, honestly, there's a lot of body weight exercises you can do without any equipment. I used to date someone who did like a lot of MMA and stuff, and that was sort of one of the things, was a lot of like body weight exercises, you know, things that you didn't have to have equipment for. And that's true. There's a lot you can do. For me, my goal is just to get back into skating again and being able to do what I love to do. This is not looking the way I want it to. We're gonna switch this up. Just bench my Korg. I can't even bench my Korg. I can curl him. I can't bench him though. My goal is to get a puppy, and then as the puppy grows, I'll get stronger. Okay, I think I want to add a little bit of that darker, that enchanted rose color on the outside. This looks so much better in person, by the way. Yeah, I think trainers are good to an extent. I think, like, if you're someone who does well with a trainer, then go for it. I think, too, like, for a lot of people, start with a trainer just to learn good form and learn, like, what to do. And then, you know, you can usually do it on your own. Biggest thing is form and being able to have good position so you don't injure yourself and you make the most of your workout. Exactly, learning the technique. Like with skating, right? Like I'm always learning more and more advanced things, which is why I have my coach, right? Because as I learn new things, I need someone to kind of guide me and teach me. But a lot of what she and I do, I then go to the rink on my own time and then I practice. I don't know what I bought from that one. I mean, here's the thing. In person, it looks so much better than it does on camera. So now I'm like, do I make it look good on camera or do I make it look good in person? I think in person, because I have to go out after. So let's do this. Let's do a little lining. So I'm going to go back into the Tartelette palette. I'm going to be using this. This is my Smudge E21 from Sigma. And I'm going to be using this one, which is Bombshell, which is part of what we used in the crease. With a little bit of Fashionista that's under it. That's a black color. And I'm just going to do the outer corner. Sorry guys, I realize like I'm like looking in my mirror, which doesn't necessarily help you guys. So I'm going to do like the outer third. I'm going to wipe off my brush and just grab a little bit of Bombshell with a little bit of Best Friend, which is that lighter mid-tone purple with the darker purple for some of that middle. And this just kind of gives you a softer look when you use a powder than with a pencil. I'll probably do a pencil for the upper lid, just to get more definition and to blend it into my mascara. Where's all my pencils, man? Oh, my mascara almost rolled behind the desk. That would have been real cute. All right, who's sharp? Because I didn't bring a sharpener. Yeah, this one's okay. Some pencils I like better than others anyway. Is this black velvet or is this zero? This is zero. I'm going to use my Makeup Forever pencil in Aqua Eyes in 10, which is just the black. You faint off regular bikes. That's bad. That's not good. My mom used a stationary bike when after she had me to lose all the pregnancy weight. So guys, I am not going to tight line today because my eyes have been bothering me, but tight lining is when you do eyeliner in here, which you can do, and it makes your lashes look darker. I'm just going to line my eyes. It's going to be tricky to do it on camera, but I'm going to try to get as close to the lash line as I can. I'm going to see if I can try to be on camera and in my mirror at the same time. So don't pull at your eyes because it's not good. That gives you wrinkles. But I'm wiggling inside my lash line. So another thing I like to do, I like to go inside the inner corner a little bit. I don't know if you guys can see that. It darkens up that inner corner a little bit. And I'm trying to wiggle inside my lash line. So for cardio, I like the elliptical personally. I'm going to try to make this so you guys see. I'm blind as a bat, so I have to be kind of close to my mirror. Look at that. Here we go. Yeah, I like the elliptical because it's less impact on my knee, which helps. Because I've always had trouble with like the treadmill and stuff. I don't mind the bike, but I get uncomfortable after a while. But yeah, I mean, the elliptical is lower impact for me. Like I said, treadmill, I can't run on the treadmill. I can actually jog. I don't like to run in general, but if I jog, I can do so like outside, no problem, but doing it on the treadmill bothers me. I don't love it. I'm trying to like do this so you guys can see. So I'm in here, and then I'm just kind of doing, again, just kind of in that lash line best I can. Okay. Honestly, this eye look is so much better in person than it is on camera. Can you suggest to Joe a media channel for Discord? I can. I don't know what that means, but I can tell him. Okay. So, I'm also going to now add in a inner corner highlight. For that, I'm going to use this color Prince Charming. It's sort of an almost white champagne-y kind of glittery color, and I have actually a brush for that, if I can find it. ¿Dónde estás? My inner corner brush. There you are. So this is my inner corner shader, the E46 from Sigma. I'm going to take just a touch. The only thing with this palette is all the glittery shades are kind of soft, which makes it tricky. So I'm just going to get right into, it's hard to do this without like, here, if I go like this, maybe you guys can see. I'm basically going to be right here near that tear duct. Can you guys see that a little bit? Like, see how that's like shiny right in here? Inner corner highlights help your eyes to look a little bit bigger and brighter. And like not lining, so this is your water line, and then this is your tight line up here. See that this one? Not doing your water line is another one. So if you do your water line in a light color, that helps you look more like your eyes are open and awake as well. And if you want your eyes to look darker and smaller, you would do that in like a dark color. So I just like to get into there. Trying to keep them even. Sorry guys, I'm gonna do this. I think you guys can probably see a little bit better. I like love and hate this mirror. I picked it up at TJ Maxx and I like it, and it has lights, but the lights, and they're dimmable, but the lights aren't bright enough to actually do anything. I'm just trying to even this out a little bit. Also, my ring light is like to my right. Although I guess for you that's left, but for my right. So like the light getting cast in here is not equal. Okay. So that's that. And then before we do mascara and all that jazz, we're gonna do some brows. So I have a couple brow things that I like. That's funny, Heather. I know, seriously. I love when patients do shit like that where I'm like, sure you don't want to come in today? I'll get patients to complain, I don't really like how my XYZ came out, like, but I can't come in this week. And I'm like, well, for me to fix it, the sooner you come in, the better. Like, my eyeball hurts, but I want to wait. Don't you think your eyeball's going to hurt more? Yeah, I'll get people who'll be like, I don't know if I like my result. I'm like, okay, can you come in so we can take a look? No, I'm pretty busy. And I'm like, they just want to see a different doctor. Oh, that's so annoying. I get people who like that too. They're like, I really like seeing so-and-so. I'm used to seeing her. I'm like, she's on vacation. Can't you see somebody else? We have a ton of qualified providers. Anyway. All right. So, I brought a couple of things brow-wise. I thought I brought another one too, but I guess not. Okay. So a couple, this is like the cult favorite. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Perfect Brow Pencil. So this one is in dark brown. It's a pencil tip. Spoolie. Oh, thanks for the cheer. I love them Corgo Biddies. This is a spoolie end. This one, I lost one of the caps, but this is the Tarte. Okay, this is so old, you guys can see. The label totally wore off. But this is a Tarte micro pencil. So you guys can see the tip is like super tiny. And it actually, I don't know if I can show you guys close enough. So see how tiny? It's actually, there we go. The tip is actually only just this little tiny bit here. This one's a really good one too. This is good for like newbies. It's very forgiving. And then my all-time favorite, this has totally new packaging now, but this is like an old one, but it's the Gimme Brow. The new packaging is way cuter, but this is a brow, it gives you like volume and shape and hold and some color. This is a mousse from Benefit. This is, if you don't know how to do your brows, this is an amazing holy grail product. A little goes a long way. The thing will last for, it's like 20 bucks, but it'll last you eons. Like I said, I've had this one for ages. I have a new one. I haven't even opened it yet. Oh, I did bring another brow thing too. Haha, I knew it. But this is very forgiving because you can put it on, and if you mess it up, you can actually just take your finger and wipe it away very easily while it's still drying, and it's forgiving. And if you want to make your brows thicker, you go against, and then with, and then you just shape them into place. I usually use this as a finishing product anyway. The other one that I brought that I probably won't use today is Ka-Brow, which I love. This is from Benefit as well. This is under the new packaging. So Ka-Brow is good for, you are supposed to do stuff with your brows, make them look. Think of it this way. The brows are the picture frame of the face. And we'll go into it. But so Ka-Brow is a brow pomade. That's sort of a gel cream texture. What I like is the top does one of these magic acts. So it comes out of there. It's like a storage thing. Pops out. Flip it over. Click it in. Now you have a handle. So this one, I'll just show you really quickly. I like this one. But this is like what I call the Instagram brow. So I'm just going to show you really quick. So if I do... You can see how kind of, it's a little thicker, a little darker. Very good, a little bit trickier to use, so we're not going to use that today. I'm going to show you guys an easier way to do them. So pencil, you can use, fill it in. There's some easy techniques you can do to make them kind of boxy and then brush them out to make them look more natural. So as you guys can see, see it's backwards on the stream for me, but on this brow here, I have a little sparseness here at the front in this area. The other thing is people's tails as you age, especially with thyroid hormone levels, this starts to thin as you age. And actually, young girls have been waxing this off to make it look like they have a fake brow lift, which is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Anyway, that's a whole other story. This guy, like I said, is nice because I'll just show you really quick. So this was the Cabral. You can do such a thin, fine line with that. This one's a little bit of a more traditional pencil. I'll just kind of show you guys. It's a little soft, a little bit more taupey. Then Gimme Brow is this sort of like spoolie thing. And it's sort of a little bit lighter. So we'll use that to finish. But basically, there's a couple of landmarks. So we do think something at work called brow mapping. So brow mapping really is just kind of knowing where things ought to be on your brows, like your landmarks. So for example, from your nostril, I'm gonna try doing this so you guys can see. From your nostril up should be the tail of your brow. Nostril up, middle of your brow. That's the middle end's not the tail, sorry. Your arch should be from your nose. I gotta look, it's hard, I gotta do it like from here so I can look straight. Through your iris is your arch. And then from the outer corner, tip of the nose, outer corner, this is where your brow should end. So that's how you sort of map a brow. And you don't want to clean up a lot under, you want to do clean up mostly older. Oh my God, you got oven cleaner on your eyebrow. I couldn't think about it. I had it all over my gloves. It literally burned my hair follicles. Oh no, if anything grows, it falls right out. There's serums you can use that'll help it grow too. But yeah, as we age too, it thins and it gets harder and harder. So brow pencil can be your friend. So we're gonna use some of those landmarks. Now, again, sometimes what I'll do is I'll fill it in harsher, thicker, darker than I want, and use the spoolie end, this guy, this floofy, not so floofy, but this sort of stiff mascara wand looking guy, it's called a spoolie, to kind of brush it out. So I'll just kind of show you guys. So this is another one where like I kind of want to be a little closer. So I typically use this guy. So actually we're gonna go to this guy. I don't mind. No, we're gonna challenge ourselves. We're gonna use my Anastasia one. Okay, I'm gonna try to do this in a way where you guys can see and I can see. So here we go. We're gonna try this here. Let's see. Can you guys see like that if I do this? Yes, okay. So sometimes I'll take a brush and I'll kind of just very lightly go through like where I already have hairs. You guys can see there's a line here that looks harsh already. That's fine. We don't care. So we're gonna spoolie that out. And then I have a couple of like little sparsy bits here in my arch. And sometimes I'll kind of do one of these and just kind of do one of those. So I'm using a very light touch here. And again, think about those landmarks, right? So we want to end up about there. And I have thinness, but that's about where my brows end naturally. Now I like a more natural brow. Some people do a very Instagram brow. I'm gonna take my spoolie. This also helps to brush them into place. My mom had a friend who shaved off her eyebrows as a kid once. She was trying to trim them up. The other thing is you can kind of brush your brows both ways and then kind of see like where they end up. So see the difference there? See, that's like a nicely defined brow. We're gonna do the same for this side. And I get my brows done periodically at work. So for the longest time, so I'm about an hour and change south of Boston. And for a while, there was only one girl who I would allow to touch my brows. So see how I'm sort of, you can see there's like a line here. I'm sort of blocking it out, but I'm gonna spoolie that so that way it's a little bit softer. But there was a girl that I go to all the time at Benefit, which if you ever need someone to like do your brows the first time and map them and show you, Benefit is a reliable, they're like known for their brows. It's like $26, but it's worth it. And then a lot of times you can kind of maintain it. Now I'm a little bitch and I can't pluck my own eyebrows or wax them, and I won't do it because I won't ruin my brows. But this girl Eva, shout out to Eva up on Newberry Street in Boston. This is so hard to do with like holding up the mirror at the same time. It's harder on my left side for whatever reason it is on my right. Eva was the only person I would let touch my brows for years because I had been to too many places that screwed up my brows. and she was the only person that I would allow to do them. And then we hired a new esthetician at work, and I saw her doing a lot of people's brows, and she does an amazing, amazing, amazing job. So I let her do my brows too now. Her name is Kim, and she's amazing. Shout out to Kim, who's leaving me to go to New Zealand for 6 months. I'm like, Kim, who's gonna do my eyebrows for my wedding, man? I hope she comes back in time for my wedding. She's going from September to April, but I don't know when in April. So up, and then over. They don't have to be twins, but they should be sisters. You have to travel more. I know, me too, man. Joe and I want to do vacations. So I've been freaking out a little bit about our honeymoon because we're going to Italy. And I'm like, Joe's like, there's not going to be an Italy left. I'm like, there'll be in Italy. There just won't be any people. I'm like, I don't know how we're going to do this. Although I think what'll end up happening is that we will probably end up getting really cheap deals. So, see, a little extra, just wipe it away, whatever. No big. I'm trying to like raise my eyebrows, but like I'm due for my neurotoxin, but I'm like still have a little bit in there, so I can do a little bit. I think I can do like the rock. There we go. Bonjour. Hello, Yuko. How are you? Ça va? I know, it's such a surprise for me to be here on a Saturday. Okay, so brows are on. I'm good, thank you. We're doing some live maquillage. So I'm gonna use my Gimme Brow Pencil just to kind of set my brows. I have fairly thick brows normally. I'm not Cara Delevingne, but you know. But this just kind of keeps them in place. It gives it a little volume, kind of keeps everybody where they're supposed to be. And again, I love this product because it is so forgiving if you get it in the wrong spot. As one does occasionally. Okay, cool. Now, the obligatory, so this is Smashbox Primer Water, which is one of my favorites. I use it to prime and to set sometimes, but I love it as a setting spray. And I'm just gonna show you, before we do mascara, before we do lips, before we do some of the other things, this is what we're gonna do. So, I always have a few of these on hand, but we're gonna... Sometimes I overdo it. I've actually seen a MAC makeup artist go like... and then like press tissue. Once this dries down, it is going to be a little bit more matte. So this is going to make my powder not look so powdery, and it's also going to make it look more like skin, but it's also going to hold everything in place. So this sort of seals everything into where it needs to be. And then we are going to do some curling, some mascara, some lip color, all of that jazz. Looking around to see what I have here. Oh, highlighter. That's the other thing we gotta do. So we're gonna go back and we're gonna grab that Ofra highlighter we looked at earlier, this one. And I'm gonna show you guys kind of a couple things. So you can use a fan brush. This is just like a cheapo one, but handy dandy nonetheless. Very popular. Like I said, I like this blush brush from the Body Shop. This actually came, oh, you can see the powder that came off of that. I didn't clean this one. It's the Bob Ross move, just this one is kind of fluffy. You can see it's a very soft brush, which I like. I also have this guy from Real Techniques, which is a little bit denser, but still kind of fluffy and soft. And again, the fan brush is just very thin, so there's not a lot to it, which is good for like, you can go very quickly. If you want a blinding highlight, use your primer water at the same time, or like a setting spray. Oh my gosh, what's going on? Oh, I know. Stay safe inside. Seriously. Okay, so I think I'm going to show you guys a couple things I like to do. So I'm going to actually take my little washcloth and take a clean portion of it. So I actually have lip stuff that I use that helps to sort of get rid of the dead skin. Sometimes I'll use scrubs. I do have one from Fresh, which is a lip serum treatment that helps kind of get rid of that dead peely skin. My favorite hack, though, is take your toothbrush while it's dry and just sort of gently buff your lips. So you can already see my lips look more pink. Gonna get some of that dead skin off. A couple things I love, especially this time of year, is this is again beat up like crazy, but this is the Skin Fix Repair Balm. It's just a clear kind of balm. Very, very soothing, very like hydrating. Good if you don't want to wear like a lipstick or something. Just gonna keep your lips healthy. I like the feel of it better than something like a regular chapstick, personally. So I am going to take, I could take this and I could take one of my other ones too, but I'm gonna take this one. I'm gonna take sort of this pinky color. Oh my gosh, this shine is so, here we get a little shade in there. There we go. So this pinky color here and this champagne-y color here. And I'm just gonna do this. I'm gonna just sort of tap into it both ways. Now, this is something to make your lips look a little bit more prominent, a little bit fuller, things like that. So you have what's called a Cupid's bow, which is this guy here. It's your vermilion border and then like this little, oh my God, what are they called? They have a name. They have a name and I can't think of it right now. But these two little, I will think of it, I promise. Anyway, you're going to sort of pucker. I'm going to explain it first and then show you because I can't explain it while I'm doing it. You're going to almost pucker and stick out your lips a little bit, stick them out. And it's going to make those ridges more pronounced. And then I'm going to lightly dust with highlighter and that's going to make my lips pop out a little bit more. Now it's going to look real extra shiny and then it's going to tone down. And take this. So we're going to go like this. See? We're going to give ourselves some lip wrinkles, essentially. And actually, I need my mirror to do this because I need to be able to see what I'm doing. So, okay. So, I always joke before I put lipstick on. This is my Got Milk mustache. See it? That's my Got Milk stash. But it's going to soften. But that's going to help my lips to look more. So, right, highlighting and contouring is all about light and shade and making things look further in or out. So this makes it look like it protrudes more, which makes my lips look like they might be bigger. Same thing with the cheeks. And then we contour to make things look more chiseled and darker. So I'm going to take a little bit of that those same two colors. And I'm just going to do a couple areas. So I sometimes will do the tip of my nose. Again, my nose is a little crooked on the ends. I don't love to do that, but I get a little bit up here. In the temples. Well, right above the temples, sort of like the eyebrow area. And then now again, I'm under like studio lighting, so that looks like glassy and like so highlighted. In person, it's more subtle because again, I'm not also going to be in studio lighting outside in the real world, so. But anything that's a high point, you can kind of do, like where light would naturally hit. And then your bronzers and your contours, you're going to do in those hollows where the shadow would naturally hit. And that's sort of the principles of makeup, right? Is kind of accentuating where things hit normally. Okay, so a couple things. We're going to do some lash curling. Heather would be horrified, but one time I got so close to my lash curler that I actually knocked my contact out of my eye. That was fun. So I try not to get as close anymore, but anyway, I'm using this one from Tarte today. I used to have one from Le Métier de Beauté, which I loved. I don't know what happened to it, but I gotta get another one. This one's pretty good. I like this one. I also have a backup of the little pad here. So I have an extra one at home, which is nice. So I can switch it out. The handles are filthy. I gotta like wash this. Every once in a while I'll go through and like wash like my makeup bag. I'll clean off like the actual like makeup, like the brush handles because they'll get dingy. You know, I'll clean everything off and I clean off like my tools and stuff. So with this, we're gonna do a couple things. So we are going to get, so if this is my lash, right, we're gonna get as close as we can to the base. We're gonna hold, we're gonna pump, and then we're gonna walk it up a little, and that's gonna help us do this and sort of lift it up. So by doing it at the base and crimping, you're gonna take it here, right? You're gonna help bring it up, and then by doing it along, you're gonna get that lovely curve. So we're gonna, and it has a nice eye curve as well. They do make half lash curler so you can actually get in there and kind of get down the line of across your eye versus, because sometimes you will miss kind of the end ones, and I'll kind of go back in, but basically, and I'll show you kind of how I do mine. Now, this is going to be tricky to show you on camera. This is one of those things where it's like, can I show you? So you're going to try to look somewhat down, but keep your eye open. And then I like to go in. I'm going to see if I can show you, and then I'll explain it. So I like to kind of look down. And then while it's open, look up and get myself situated. Now, I don't know if you guys can see it if I do that, how far in that is. But basically, I want to get as close as I can. Press without getting the skin in there. Hold it. Pump, 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 pump. And then I'll go up a little bit. Walk it up. Same thing. Pump. Walk it up. Okay, so we're going to do that. Wish me luck. I don't know if I can do this on camera. We're going to see. Oh, I'm so sad, too. In person, my eye makeup looks so cute. And on camera, it's only me. All right, so. What I like about this one, too, is the finger grips. They're nice and comfy. They're very sturdy and secure, which is nice. You don't ever feel like it's going to lose. Oh, the other thing you can do. This is another trick. So you can then also take this part and push it against your eye to lift up those lashes. And if you feel yourself pinch yourself, move out a little. So I'm pumping. I'm gonna walk it out a little. And sometimes it'll feel like they're stuck to the curler. Just give yourself a good hard blink and it'll loosen off. So at work we do lash lifts and tints, and the lift itself, so I don't know if you guys can see the difference. Ooh, hold on, I poked myself a little bit. So this one now is more curled, and this one's more straight. I don't know if you guys can tell in profile, but I can see it up close in person in the mirror. But yeah, we do lash lifts and tints, which means that we can like basically perm your lashes and then tint them. So I'm gonna take a clean spoolie and just kind of brush through a little bit. So sometimes the other thing with your lashes too is sometimes they will they'll crisscross a lot. And like I use Latisse, and that can sometimes make your lashes grow a little funky. Because it makes them grow a lot, but it can sometimes make it crisscross a lot. So we're going to do the same with the other side. We're going to curl the other side. Now, normally I like to warm up my mascara before I use it, but we probably are not going to do that today. So again, I'm going to see if I can show you guys. So what I'm doing is I'm lining it up, getting it in there. I can push a little bit if I want. I don't know if you guys can see, my lashes are here. I'm getting as close as I can without pinching. Pump, pump, pump. Walk it up. And this is tricky because you have something in front of your eye. And granted, like this little thing makes it so your iris sticks through and you can see. But it does make it harder to see yourself through. But again, because it has this kind of open, it makes it a little easier. And for whatever reason, I always have a harder time with my left than with my right. Maybe it's because I'm left-handed. I'm right-handed rather. So maybe that's why. Again, if you feel like your lashes stick, give yourself a nice hard blink. They will release. And nice and curled. There we go. And spoolie. Just to try to separate these and comb them. Now, I will show you too. I have a cool tool. Let me grab it. So this is from Velour Lashes, which is really cool. This is a pair of lash tweezers to put falsies on. But I also like that this side here has a comb. So you can actually comb through your lashes. But also, like, if you ever get like mascara that clumps your lashes together, this is a great way to separate it. But also to get your lashes kind of merged with your lashes. Oh my god, that's so funny, Heather. Isn't it funny how it's like a small world sometimes? Like, I don't always tell people like that I stream because like I'm like I don't want you watching me on the internet. You know what I mean? Put these away. And I don't want people to always like know and watch me, and then I'll like eventually I'll tell people, and then they'll be like, oh my god, and then they can follow me, or like I'm like, oh my god, wait, I didn't know you streamed too. All right, cool little tool here. I know it's. I hear you. I hear you. This thing is filthy right now. I gotta clean it. But this was only a few dollars on Amazon. This is great if you're shitty at putting on mascara. Or like if you're trying to be like really extra about your mascara. I gotta wash this thing too. But this, you can use a couple different ways. So you can do it this way. You can do it this way. I like it like this. And then it's basically, you can line it up with your eye. Again, you can kind of push. You sort of push on your lid and it lifts your lashes up. But it becomes a guard. You can go ham. The only thing is sometimes then it's hard to coat the back. But there's a couple ways to do it. I like having it just in case. So I have a couple of favorites. I love the Makeup Forever. This is the Smoky Extravagant. This is a mini, but I love this mascara. The Too Faced Better Than Sex is good. It can clump kind of easily, and the applicator, so like I like the applicator on this one. See how it's like that tapered? Look, I'll do it over here. There we go. You can see it's kind of tapered, right? And it makes it very easy to use. It's harder to flip for the other side. The one from Too Faced, I'll just show you really quick. See how it's almost like it's hard to tell, but it's almost hourglass. So it's kind of bulbous. There we go. Bulbous at the end, and there's like a little another like bulbosity towards the bottom. But see how much product is on there? You have to wipe away quite a lot of product. Like I'll just show you really quick. So I'm gonna just wipe the excess just to show you. And there's still gonna be a lot on here. And this one, this is a very messy mascara sometimes. And so you can just see how much I wiped away. It's covered. But it is a good mascara. It's very dramatic. Smoky Extravagant is one of my favorites. But we'll do the Too Faced one just to show you guys. Now this is another one that's gonna be hard to show you on camera. So I like to wiggle at the base, pull it out, wiggle at the base, and then I'll kind of like draw in with the tip there. And sometimes I get too close to the base and I will get it on my tight line. Another thing you can do if you're bad at it, open your eye, put it, and blink hard. Or move your face down. So I will go in kind of with a tip here like this. And paint individual lashes a little bit to thicken those up. Or like small groups of lashes. Especially towards the end. It's a little trickier to get the whole wand in there. Now, quick tip. If you get mascara on your skin or on your makeup, for the love of all that is holy, do not wipe it off immediately. I have a couple of little guys here in the end that I'm trying to get. There we go. I like this mascara. It is just very, very thick sometimes. Okay, so I just whipped myself and got myself on up here. I'm gonna just show you guys real quick. So, here's what you do. You've got mascara here. Your immediate reaction is gonna be like, oh my god, get it off. If you rub it immediately, you are gonna smear it all over the place, and it's gonna be 10 times worse. Let it dry. Let it dry. The worst thing that can happen is you're gonna do the same thing and smudge it. Let it dry. If you do so, I promise you, it will flake off. Use a Q-tip, use a towel. I don't care what you use. We're gonna give it a few seconds. I'm gonna do my other eye, and then I'll go back and I'll take it off. Honestly, I don't fret about it because if you use the right approach, you'll be fine. Now another thing, if anything looks clumpy, brush it. Place your lashes where you want them. We aren't going to do any falsies today because I don't think I could do that on camera. And I don't even know if I brought any falsies. And I don't know if I want to waste any falsies. If you care for your falsies too, by the way, they will last you a long time. Okay. Other side. which is, again, so ready? Look, I'm going to just show you guys. Let me see if I can show you up close, personal. I know, Cooper. My phone is like buzzing and vibrating. He's freaking out. You can see there's a lot of extra product there. It's one thing I don't love about this mascara. Other thing you can do, and this is what I was talking about before, what I like to do, and this is why I'm having a hard time today. Take a cup of warm, not hot, but warm water, and put your mascara in it while you're doing your makeup. It'll soften it, and then you can do several layers of mascara without it being too thick and clumpy. So I'm going to flip my wand. I'm trying to do this so you guys can see. And again, don't pull at your eye. I like to sometimes just hold myself steady. So wiggle, wiggle, and blink. So when I did my best friend's wedding makeup, she freaks out with mascara a little bit. Anything close to her eye. And she like giggles, but her eyes flutter like crazy. So literally I was like, all right, just open your eye. I'm like, big blink. Big hard blink. Press against, it's like lifting weights with your eyelashes. Press against the wand with your eye. Her makeup came out pretty good for her wedding. I was pretty happy. I will tell you, I was so nerve-wracked, though, because all the times I wanted to do a trial, she didn't have time. She was really busy. And then we never did a makeup trial. And then I did her wedding makeup the day of her wedding. I had been broken up with, like, a few hours before. I was a total wreck. And I was like, we're just going to get through today. And I did it. And everyone was like, her makeup looked beautiful. And I'm like, thank you. I'll never forget my best friend saying, like, do you want to talk about it? Like, what's going on? I'm like, nope. I'm like, I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to ruin your wedding. And we're going to put on some designer mascara. And then I'm not going to cry it off. And that's what we did. Okay, so this side is now nice and dry. I'm going to take a dry portion of my towel because I forgot to grab Q-tips. And all I'm going to do is very gently, I'm going to take a little bit. And I'm going to just do one of these. And it flakes right off. Now, worst case, you take one of your blending brushes that you were using before, and there's bound to be a little residual product, and just floof it on there. So eyes are done. I can't flutter my lashes. My grandma does it. It's adorable. I can't do it. Okay, so lips, I've gone ahead and buffed them. You can do a little bit of like a balm if you want. We're not going to do that today. I'm going to be using a pencil that needs to be sharpened clearly. This is the Aqua Lip from Makeup Forever in 3C. And I'm going to be using NARS, oh god, what is this? I think it's like Velvet Lip Glide, but let me just say. Yeah, Velvet Lip Glide in the color Bound, which is like a nice dusty movie rose color. So a lot of times people will overline their lips, or they'll go like all the way to the corner and then they end up with like the little smear. There's a couple tricks to doing this. And again, I'm going to try to do this while looking at you guys and looking in my mirror. But again, this also needs to be sharper. A couple things. Line and fill. It's going to do a couple things. It's going to make it so you don't look like you're out of the 90s, which I know is really on vogue right now. But it's also going to give you a backdrop for your color. It's going to hold onto color better. But also, if your lipstick starts to wear off, you're not going to have that patchiness. Now, I don't know if you guys ever watched Sophia Nygaard. She used to be on BuzzFeed, but she calls it her lip butthole. So the middle here, like where your lipstick starts to wear off, you'll have less of that. So again, I'm going to just buff my lips one more time. Okay. Lip pencil. Now, things you can do. From your Cupid's bow, just make an X. So make an X, top to middle, and then we'll fill from there. And then you can always change the shape and outline and all that stuff, and you can do different things. Now, everyone has little asymmetries. So for myself, the top's not bad, but I have little patches here on my bottom lip or on my vermilion border, which is where it goes. So your skin and then your vermilion border is like the edge of where it's pink, you know. Sometimes it can be a little faded. It doesn't look so popped. So we want to use our natural line, but fill that in to get that lip shape. So again, I'm going to try to do this where you guys can still see me. The other thing too is don't be afraid to go like, ooh, you know, make faces if you need to. So a lot of times I'll go and just kind of open up. I try to do so softly so it's not like, you know. So again, I'm gonna make that sort of X. And then I sort of do the bottom, like the little round. And come up to the corner. You will, like 9 times out of 10, get a better shape if you start from the middle and go up to the corner versus trying to go from the corner up. Otherwise, you get the thing with the corners of your mouth look like dirty. I mean, I feel free to go back and forth over that line, but just when sketching that out. Now, the top is the exception. Top, you're going to go corner up. So, I don't know if you guys can see this, but go here, top, connect to that X. Oh, we have a snoozle and pop. Okay, now I have my official 90s lip. And I'm just going to fill it in. Now, you can do this with gloss. You can do this with a lip balm. And it'll be smoother. If you want color that's not going to budge as much, that's a great way to do it. Because I've been really happy that we're doing this stream too, because like I love doing makeup and I haven't had a lot of time lately to do this. So this is a fun way for me to do this. So you see the color's not bad. So if this wore off completely and this is all I had left, we'd be okay. Now, I like these velvet lip glides. This is the only one I have right now. It's a mini, and when this runs out, I am going to buy a full-size one. I, again, got this in a sampler from Sephora, and again, like it's the velvet lip glide. This color is Bound. So I love this because it goes on really silky. Now the applicator is a doe foot. It looks like a gloss, right? If I show you up close. It's a really pretty color. It goes on looking like it's going to be liquid lipstick, and you think, oh, it's going to be so dry, and it's going to feel awful, and it's going to get flaky. It is so silky, and I don't know how to describe it, because again, it's called a velvet lip glide, so yes, it's a little bit matte. But it's not fully matte. It's silky going on. It doesn't ever feel dry. It just has like a very nice like light slip. I don't know how to describe it, but it's beautiful, and I'll just show you. You guys can see it's very, I can like, and it's very silky. And it is very forgiving if you draw outside the lines, but it's a very pretty color for every day. I like a dramatic makeup, but this is a very simple face today, very neutral, if you will. But I love this color. It's very, like I said, it's a very silky feel. Now, if you were doing a traditional liquid lipstick or even a regular lipstick and say you were like, oh crap, I colored outside the lines and now I have lipstick and it looks weird and I don't look good and I'm mad and I want to burn the place down now, I'm going to show you a trick you can do. I'm not going to do it myself, but something you can do. So this is a Morphe M421 brush. Now this one I bought because it's a good concealer brush for something like my NARS. This is the Soft Matte Complete Concealer. Now, everyone knows their Radiant Creamy Concealer, which comes in a tube kind of like this, but it's square. It has a doe foot applicator. Everyone knows that one. This one, I swear to you, if you have a pimple or anything you need to cover, this is the best freaking concealer. I didn't think I was going to love it as much as I did. So it's a little pot. You take your brush, you dip into it, and you can literally press onto your pimple or your blemish or whatever, your spot, and just warm it with your finger. I swear to God, I get so many comments. It's the Gear powder and this. People are like, oh my God, your skin looks so good. Like, what did you, and I'm like, thanks. Like, this is great for under eyes. But what you can do is you can take it on a lip brush, or concealer brush, and carve outside of your lip. And then what you would do is you'd carve, so you would carve alongside, and then you would do this, and you would drag it out. And then you could blend it with your finger. So you can get a very nice, and I mean, I guess I can just show you guys. I don't have anything that's out of place, but I'll just show you guys, just to show you guys, so. See this and see. Possibly, it's a little bit lighter. So now, oh, like, all right, this is a good example. I have a little pimple. And there you go. So normally I would do that before all my setting powders and setting sprays and all that stuff. But that's a great way to carve out a lip. Or like, again, if you have a regular lipstick or you have something that's maybe smudged. And again, we're just going to finish this off. I remember when I worked at the store, you know, I used to wear makeup all the time. I had my beauty blog that was active at the time. And my boss at a pool party, everyone's like, I want to see Steph go in the pool, da 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 da. And they're like, how is your makeup not washing off? And I'm like, because I know what I'm doing, bitch. Don't be jelly. But setting spray is going to be your best friend. Actually, I mentioned Nikki Tutorials earlier. She has a take her swimming on the first date makeup tutorial. Remember when that was like a thing? People like, oh, take her swimming on the first date. You can see what she really looks like. Men are so dumb. I'm sorry. Sometimes it's so stupid. Like when people are like, oh, I want to see what you really look like. I don't want the illusion. Like, come on. Do you think I have purple eyelids for real? No. Like, come on. Let's not insult anyone's intelligence, really. But anyway, she did one where she did synchronized swimmer inspired makeup. I gotta see what this GIF is. Yeah, it is a get ready with me. You could have asked me earlier. I want to see what this. I gotta. Aw, that was cute. Ronan just posted a really cute GIF. Well, thank you. That's cute. Thank you so much. So, guys, this is. I mean, again, this is a very basic. I wish. Oh, I'm gonna try to post a picture later. I never get it in pictures as good as it is in real life, but the colors and like the shape of the eye, the shadow and stuff. My eyes look much better in person than it does on the stream, which makes me really sad. And anyway, so okay, so let's keep chatting. We have like another 30 minutes on the stream. I'm gonna pack up my makeup as we talk because I have to make this look like I was never here. I mean, not like Joe doesn't know that I'm here, but also, oh, I do have some lashes. Oh, these are some cheapy guys. These are some cheapy ones. Really quick too, guys, if you get lashes like these and you're crappy at putting them on and you're like, oh, they peel off, cut them into sections and just place a couple. Or buy individual lashes where it's like little groups of 3, stick them on, and then seal them with your mascara. So put your falsies on, seal them with your mascara, and if you lose 1 or 2, it's not going to matter because they're in little bunches versus like if a whole strip comes off. Yeah, well, I mean, it's our setup, really. So as my mama always says, and what I say to Joe, I go, honey, what's yours is mine, and what's mine is mine. But no, we share our setup. It's our setup, although he built the rig. So I have a couple of makeup bags. I put all my high-end in one, and I put the other smaller stuff in the other one. I don't even know how many products we use. Somebody should go back and like count how many products we used. I'd be curious to see. Because it's a lot, I'm sure. Because I'm extra. That's what Joe always does. He'll be like, that's what he says about me. So guys, what do you guys do with the rest of your weekend? I want to know. I want to hear what you guys are up to. I want to know what you guys are doing. Oh, this is another fun one, guys, if you ever want. This is, Dose of Color Cosmetics. Oh my gosh. It's a creamy shimmer, type of eyeshadow. I'll just show you. So it's really pretty. There we go. But it comes with this powder underneath, which is a glitter. This is a really fun one too. Very messy, but I'll just do half so you guys can see. So there's the half with the glitter on the top and without it. But see how it's like a shimmer? It's real pretty. I love it. You don't know. I mean, what time are you at work until, Heather? I didn't even realize you guys were open on Saturdays. That's crazy. It sounds like my work. Although my work, it kills me. People get upset with us for not being open on a Sunday till 1. Oh, 1's not too bad. So we're 10 to 6 Monday through Saturday. And people are like, why aren't you open on Sunday? And I'm like, bitch, you have 6 days to get here. And we open early for people sometimes. I'm like, come on. Like, we need to see our families. Yeah, you have to stay until they're all gone. I know. I feel you. I feel your pain. I'm in the same boat a lot. And it's hard. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I always want to take care of our patients and put them first. But sometimes patients are a pain in the ass. As much as I love them. As much as I like some of my patients. It's like, come on, dude. Like, be realistic. Like, a lot of people, I'm like, they're like, what time are you open? I'm like, 10 to 6. So, like, can I get an appointment at 6? I'm like, we close at 6. That doesn't mean the last appointment is 6. We close. Well, what's your latest for a facial? 4:45. Can I come at 6? No, you can't come at 6. We're closed. You can come at 6, but you'll be the only one here. Yeah, I know. Seriously, we bend over backwards for patients who deserve it, not the ones who think they deserve it. Exactly. That's the best way to say it. My mom has a friend because like there's people who come in and they're like, well, I know the owner. And if you say that to me, I immediately go, yeah, you know who she is. But if you were really friends with her, you would not be pulling this. And it's the funniest thing because people are like, well, I know the owner. And I'm like, so do I. She's my mom. And people will be a real pain in the ass about it. But my mom has like good friends of hers who will come in and have never, not once, dropped the I'm friends with the owner. And those are the people that will, yeah, of course. What do you need? You tell me, boo, what you need. I will help you get it. Oh, this is a product I didn't use today, but this is a good one too. If you ever want like an easy, quickie, this is the Primerizer from Smashbox. This is really, put it on, put some quick makeup over it, you're done. I've been seeing her since before you were born. I know she won't make me pay. Bish, how do you think we stay in business? Okay, I brought like 15 different lipsticks, guys. This is crazy. Oh, I just show you guys this one. This one I love. It's a very vampy dark purple. First of all, yeah, her name is Deanna. And second of all, everyone pays. Yeah, I know. So look, can we just talk about, I love how deep and vampy that is. Well, that's like my parents, like their last name too. People will mispronounce it all the time. And I was like, yeah, you know them? That's funny, because that's not their name. I also love this one. This one's called Moxie. And the dark one is called Instigator. They're both MAC. But I love this like dark vampy purple. It's so fun. And this is a red from the Gwen Stefani collection. Urban Decay. This is 714. Although they make this as a regular color too. This one I like. This is called Backstab. This is a pretty one. I'm gonna have swatch hand, but it's like almost metallic-y purple. Yeah, I love when people, like my mom's name is Flavia, and people are like, well, Flavia. And I'm like, Flavia doesn't work here. And if you were friends with her, you'd be good. Another brand I'm like not buying anymore, even though she gave up her stake in it, now is Kat Von D, but this is a really pretty red too. This is called Underage Red, which they stopped making that color or calling it that because of complaints. This is the Rouge Artist Natural N45 from Makeup Forever. I clearly have a penchant for reds. This one's almost more of a pinky one. It's this one here. It's got a little bit more sheen to it too. I have a shit ton of lipstick. So I go through these phases, and I always joke because it's like, I go through these phases of like, oh, I don't have a lot of lipstick. I'm gonna go buy lipstick, and I have like 60 lipsticks now. Yeah, people just go in to look what they, at whatever they can before saying they know. Yeah, I mean, and some of them look, they've met her, or they know them, they've met them, but there's not like they're close. And again, if you were, you wouldn't be asking. If you're shitty at doing lipstick, this is really good too. No Bleeding Lips. It's a clear lip liner. Let's see if I can get it to come up. It's clear. So you can line your lips and it won't feather and bleed, which is really, really nice. It's a good one to have. Yeah, I watched Joe and Steph. Can I get a free facial? Oh my God. All right, guys, we have a little time. I can rant, right? So I have people that I went to high school with or whatever, you know, people that I've known for years like that, but we're not friends in any sense of the word. They were really shitty or, yeah, free lawyer, seriously. Do you know people are like, hey, you're my family, right? Yeah, free ice cream, I know, seriously. So I have people who were really shitty to me in high school or in middle school. I mean, I had people tell me to go kill myself. I'd get like I was bullied like crazy. I was a little heavy for, I mean, not really, actually. I wasn't even that heavy. But I had like pre-puberty weight. And like everyone gets. And I would get made fun of for being fat. And I mean, and I really, like, looking back, like, I wasn't. Like, I wasn't unhealthy. Like, I had a little bit of baby fat on me because it was pre-puberty. But, you know, like, I got picked on so badly. And some of these people were absolute ass wipes. And they were just so rude and so horrible and so cruel. And then these same mother fudgers will be like, hey, I saw you work at the spa. That's so great. Can I come in sometime? I'm like, yeah, what kind of credit card are you using? I'm not gonna do you a favor. It's okay, look, my best friend and I have been best friends for 10 years. I bring her in all the time. She's like, no, I feel bad. You know, I'm like, she'll be like, I feel bad. Or like my mom's friends will be like, no, like, I want to pay. No, you're the people that I'll bring in for free. I don't care. We're friends. We've been friends a long time. You've been with me through some shit. Heck yeah, I'll bring you in for free. I don't give a shit. That's fine. I can work some magic. I'll get you a big discount, whatever it might be. But then the people who were absolutely awful to me, or like I said, they bullied me, or they were mean, or they were just like shitty people, will literally hit me up out of nowhere, send me a friend request on Facebook, like, hey girl, how you been? It's been so long time to see how things are good. And I'm like, and it's always after they find out where I work. Every time. When I worked at VS, they're like, oh my God, you work at I love that store. You must get a discount, right? Do you have your free stuff? Can I ever use your discount? And I'm like, no. First off, no, you can't, because I can get written up. But also, like, no, because you're a bitch. Like, no. Free massages. I know. People always want free facials, free massages. Can I get free Botox? Can I free that? I'm like, this is not that commercial. Was it like free for free? Like, no. You will notice now. I'll go. Did you ever see those videos of the girls with like, to like not ruin their makeup? It's just, yeah. So Heather, Realm saying, well, I don't have many people to deal with from school anymore. I became the person people feared in school. So in middle school, I got picked on a lot. Yeah, people ask, I've literally had people go, can I get Botox today and pay you like next month? I'm like, no. People are like, do you take Discover? I'm like, I take everything but IOUs. I don't care if you check, card, cash. I don't care. Check, write a partial payment, split it up, use 5 cards. I don't care. I just don't take IOUs. And I don't do shit for free. And it costs a lot of money. Like, I have to pay payroll. I have to pay for supplies. There's overhead. There's electrical. There's the mortgage. There's insurance. There's malpractice. There's the doctor who oversees everything. Like, there's a lot that goes into it, guys. Like, it's not just totally free. Yeah, so friends like that are not friends. That's so shitty. But yeah, I mean, I in middle school got picked on a lot, and I went to a school with uniforms. So we all were supposed to dress alike, and the problem was we weren't one of the schools. We were like it was a new charter school, and so like we didn't have one of those like contracts. Like there's a place around here that does, called Donnelly's, that does all the uniforms for all the schools. They didn't use them at the time, so it was kind of like just buy things in these colors. But like you'd have people who would buy expensive brands and people who didn't, and you'd get picked on for that. Or if you had certain sneakers or you didn't. Or if you were geeky and you liked anime like I did. Oh, did you? Yeah. So I mean, I started it was like 2nd through 8th. I was at charter school. They started out as they had a K through 8, but I didn't get in the first year they opened, and I was in 1st grade. My cousins got in, and then I got in. Now it's a lottery system, and it's like hundreds of people waiting to get in. Like the wait list is crazy, but then they do a lottery every year to try to get, like, I had a friend who got her daughter in only because of the lottery. Oh, did you get an ad? Oh, that's so funny. I wonder if you exited and came back in. That's funny. But yeah, so I get picked on for all kinds of things. And then when I went to high school, I was oh, that's so weird. I didn't even push the button, I swear. I can, but I didn't. But I got picked on a lot, and I kind of was like, I'm gonna be scarier than what scares me kind of thing. And I was the scary girl, and I did a lot of, oh, that's so weird. I didn't hit anything. That's so strange. Well, thanks for sticking around through ads, guys. But yeah, I wore like trip pants and black lipstick, and I was freak and goth and listened to metal, and I was a scary person. And it was protective, and it helped me to not get picked on as, I mean, I got picked on, but people were too afraid to fuck with me, you know, and I'm a non-confrontational person. And it's funny because I am very talkative when you know me, and I can talk a big game and stuff, and if I'm confronted, I'm confrontational, but I'm not someone who, I can be shy. I won't go up to somebody and start a conversation usually. I mean, very rarely, or like in very small groups maybe, but like not in big groups. Yeah, it's so shitty. Oh my God, you almost get arrested. Okay, I didn't get arrested. That was good. And I didn't almost get arrested, so that's good. But like, I don't know, like I'm not someone who will go out and seek confrontation, but if you come at me, like, I will defend myself and I will take care of myself. And I did have a couple situations in high school. I won't even say some of the things I've said and stuff like that to people, but you know, I had instances where like I had one kid who kept telling me to just go kill myself, and like kept calling me a slut and all these other things, and he was just really rotten, and he was just a dick to like everybody. And he kept getting on me this one day, and this teacher that we had, he was actually kind of like I think I mentioned it in one of Joe's streams, but he's kind of a pervy physics teacher that we had, that we found some girls' photos in various states of undress, and he like confiscated them. That teacher. So not exactly the moral authority here. But he was like, if you want to hit him once, you can, just to shut him off. I'm like, no, that's not my style, and whatever else. And this kid would just not stop. And I went up behind him, and I was going to hit him, and I changed my mind, and he went, what, are you going to hit me? And he turned, and I was like, no. And then he like gave me this like, like smirk, and I went, wham! And I just, from behind, I like punched him in the face pretty hard. And I could like feel his like cheekbone under my hand, which is not a nice thing to do. But I don't know, that smirk just pushed me over the edge, and so he got up, he threw his chair, and he's like, if they weren't holding me back, I'd kick your ass. I'm like, nobody's holding you back. No, literally nobody. All his friends were sitting down. And he's like, if they weren't holding me back, I'm like, nobody's holding you back. Come on. And he shoved me into like one of the science benches, and I went to go like hit him back, and the teacher's like, whoa, 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 I said you could hit him once, just once, and he's like holding us apart. And so he got sent down to the office, and then later on I got called into the office to hear my side of it. And it's so funny, we watched Green Book last night. It's like Tony Lip, right, like one of the best bullshit artists, but what is it, just once, but can I use an item? Sure, use an item, I don't know. Oh, just once. Okay, gotcha. I gotcha. Yeah, no, seriously, right? So anyway, he got called onto the office. I got called onto the office. I gave them my side of what happened, and he got in trouble, and I didn't, because apparently I knew how to put it, you know. I told them what happened. I really didn't try to like do a poor me kind of act, but I was like, look, this is what happened, and he kept instigating me. He kept telling me I should go kill myself, and I'm this and I'm that, and I'm like, and I just kind of wanted to defend myself, and it escalated, and he got in trouble and I didn't, and he had a hell of a shiner. And by like last period of the day, one of my friends, his cousin, was in one of this kid's other class sections last period of the day, and he had a big shiner, and somebody's like, what happened to you? And he goes, oh, one of the senior football players hit me. And no lie, this person's like, Steph, insert last name here, was the one who hit you, like, don't bullshit. And he was so embarrassed. And when I tell you, this happened first semester of freshman year, and I got at least one class with this son of a bitch every semester through graduation. I spent 8 semesters having at least one class with this kid. One semester I had 3 classes with him. I'm like, and he'd see me and he'd be like, don't you think about hitting me again? I'm like, don't give me a reason to. And I, but again, I had to try to be like the scarier person to just try to like defend myself and try to get myself. And again, violence is never the answer. I never ever advocate for that. But it was kind of like I had to stick up for myself and like take care of me. And I told my mom about it. I was like, Steph, you can't do stuff like that. But one time we were at the gym, me and my mom together, and he walked in, and there's my mom like cranking weights, right? And he like walked out of the gym, and he never went back to the gym again. Like he like literally quit that gym. We had a good laugh at one of the fights in school. 2 people started fighting after a slap fight gone wrong. A few punches and bumping into table. Staff came to stop it. After a slight silence, someone yelled out my backpack completely out of the blue. We just laugh it off. Sometimes that's all you need is a little like humor to diffuse the tension. I did have one instance in high school where I did almost get into like a fight. And 2 of my friends like dragged me across the street. There was this girl who, she's just such a bitch, but I'd never had any classes with her, but I used to take the bus after school to go home, and like the public transit, and we had like public buses as part of my high school's transportation, like for when it was time to go to school and when it was time to get out of school. Like all the buses went to my school. I had like a separate like additional bus, if that makes sense. Like say it came every half hour. At the 15-minute mark, there was another one that was just for the school, and they would pick us all up and drop us all back off. So, but we had a second bus that was on its regular route, went by the school. So if you missed the first bus, you could take that one. So I was at the bus stop waiting to take that second bus with some of my friends, and this girl started going off on me, and it was right before Christmas break, and I had like black lipstick. I had this awesome lipstick. It was white, like sheer white, but green, like a duochrome, and I would put on black liner and then put that over it, and it would be like black with like a green sheen. It was like hella cool, and I really liked it. And I had worn Christmas ornaments as earrings because I still do that sometimes. And I don't know, we had like a class party or something. Like me and my friends were hanging out, and she started going off on me because again, I got like my big ass trip pants and chains, and I'm this scary girl with black lipstick and whatever else. And she started going off on me, and then she had a drink from Papa Gino's in her hand, and she went to go throw it at me. And I was like, I fucking dare you. And she went like this, and then she like just dropped it. Was like, all right, let's go. And then another day, she started with me again, and like she wanted to fight, and like she started going off on me, and I don't even remember like details of what she said or what happened. And all I remember was like we were gonna fight, and I had a friend who was like 6'3", and then my two shorter friends, they like grabbed me, like one of them grabbed me under the arms, and the other one, so it was two on one side that was shorter, and then one friend was like really tall, like scooped me under my arms, like dragged me like kicking across the street. I'm like, let me at her, no, like, and it was so funny. But anyway, like again, I don't advocate for violence, but if I'm provoked, or if someone's gonna hit me, or someone's gonna like hurt me, like I am gonna defend myself. I had another time, middle school actually, I had this girl who, this is the craziest thing, okay? So there's a high school in our area. It's an agricultural school, and you had to like apply to get in. You had to like have a resume. You had to interview, and they have really, really high standards. Now, why I wanted to go to the school for high school, I have no clue. I think I like looked into like their botany program or something. I don't know. It's better that I didn't go there. I don't know what I was thinking, but I applied. I had really good grades. I had tons of extracurriculars. They were really, really finicky. And so out of 70 people that were graduating in my middle school, 40 people applied and interviewed. And then 2 people got offered spots. I was one of them, and another girl that I was friends with at the time. But we both had really good grades. We had tons of extracurriculars, and we had good interview skills, so we got in. And I ended up declining my invitation. Like I said, I kind of didn't know why I had applied. I think I just did it to be like, well, it gives me an option. I knew I wasn't going to go to any of the Catholic schools, and that was like public school or this school was your options if you didn't want to go to one of the Catholic schools. So I think I just did it for that reason. But so this girl had applied who was like dumb as rocks. Her mom was a substitute teacher. They would like fight in class all the time. Like she did not have a good reputation. She was constantly getting detention. She like was like a straight like C and D student, did no extracurriculars, constantly got in trouble, like no talking skills, could not like interview or interact with people well. So she didn't get in. Like you have bad grades, no extracurriculars, and a bad record, like you're not going to get in. I'm sorry. So she didn't get in. So somebody was like, you took her spot. That's why she didn't get in. I'm thinking, I didn't take anybody's spot. Like I earned my spot. Anyway, so we were in this temporary building while they were finding us a bigger building. So my grade, when we graduated in that building, and like a year or two later they moved. But it was like all temporary. So we had like this temporary room, and there was like a closet at the back with like a door that was always locked. Like we didn't go in there. But then we had this small like coat room, and we had like those coat hooks, like the little, they're like little octopus, like little tentacles, like they have a little hook thing, and then the little hook. So it's a little hook and then a bigger hook. And then we had milk crates for our stuff. That we didn't have lockers. And she's like yelling at me about how her friend didn't get in, and it's my fault, and I took her spot, whatever else. And she straight shoves me into the wall. Now those hooks are like this long, and it went like in my back, and it hurt like hell, and it was like really painful. And she like knocked me down, and I like fell into like milk crates and like whatever. So I got up and she went to push me again. So I shoved her so hard that I knocked the deadbolt off the hinge off the door, and broke there's like a hinge where there's like a lock on it. I knocked that off, and I knocked the door off the swingy part of the hinge. Knocked her right through. And I was a really good kid. I never got in trouble for anything at this point. Like I think I'd gotten like one small like incident in school ever. Like I never got in trouble. And teachers loved me. I got made fun for being a teacher's pet. Teachers loved me. I was always a good student. So this teacher comes in. I actually ran into him at the supermarket yesterday. He didn't recognize me though, which is fine by me. But teacher comes in. He's like, "What happened in here?" I'm like, "Oh, Rochelle fell. I'm gonna help her, okay?" And he's like, "Oh, okay." Like, didn't even question it because I was a good kid. I never got in trouble. So I like shoved this girl through a door, and then they believed me. And I was like, "Yeah, I'll help her up. She fell. She tripped." I don't know why they believed it, because like there was no plausible way for that to happen, but it did anyway. So that was that. But I'm not someone who was, you know, I think I acted tougher than I was, just again as like a defensive and to try to take care of myself and try to like defend myself. And I make myself sound really bad because it's a couple of stories, but again, this is over the course of like 7 or 8 years. I had like 3 incidents. You know what I mean? That was one powerful fall. Yeah, gravity's a bitch, huh? It'll get you every time. But again, like I was a really good kid. I never got in trouble, so I think they just inherently believed me, which is, like I said, hysterical to me. But again, it was a couple of isolated incidents over several years. And like the girl who pushed me, that I pushed her through the door, I had a couple of incidents with her before where she had kind of picked on me and bullied me. And I had a broken ankle one time. And you remember like in like school, like you had the cafeteria tables and it had like those lollipop seats where like they kind of come up out of the sides. So we were sitting on those and I had a broken ankle, and so I was supposed to keep it elevated. So I had it up on, so like I was sitting and then my like leg was up. And I don't know what it was. And she like shoved me off of it and my foot hit the ground like hard. And I had a broken ankle and it hurt like hell. And I had to go back to the ER and have it re-x-rayed, and it was such a nightmare. And like again, she was another one. She was like always instigating me and always like trying to, so she shoved me and I got pissed and I hulked out and I pushed her through a door. But again, like I'm not a bad person. I don't fight. This is like 10, 15 years ago, even more in some cases. Like that, this is like 17 years ago I pushed her through a door. So I mean, whatever, bygones are bygones. But again, I don't advocate for violence. I don't, but you know, but stick up for yourself, you know. And my brother's best friend, he calls him his best brother friend because he was born on my brother's due date. There was an incident where, so my brother has special needs, for those of you who don't know. He is on the autism spectrum and he has a couple of other issues as well. He's very high functioning and he's a great kid. He has no behaviorals. Like we really are so lucky, and he's just a wonderfully funny human being, and I just love him. And he's the most literal and funny person you'll ever meet. But anyway, he has some ADD. He has a couple other things. He can be a very distracted individual, and you know, he's an odd duck to a lot of people. A lot of people don't understand people on the spectrum, and I get very defensive of my little brother, and I can be a very protective mama bear. I'm 10 years older than he is, so I can be very, very protective of him. And I'm not going to beat up a child, but sometimes, you know, like I wanted to growing up. But anyway, his best brother friend is what he calls him, and they were at the Boys and Girls Club because my mom had signed him up to spend time with his friend, but also to interact with more kids. Because again, he didn't have a lot of friends. He had a very, very small friend group. And my mom wanted him to have more social interactions and really grow. And we've done a lot to help him, you know, to function a little bit more normally, so to speak, and be able to talk to people and interact and feel comfortable. But so this kid, I guess, started talking crap about my brother. And I don't know what was said, but he was picking on my brother. And his friend told the kid, like, you need to knock it off. Like, knock it off. And the kid kept talking shit. And he's like, you need to knock it off. And kid kept going. And all of a sudden, now his best brother friend, as a kid, I absolutely adore. He's actually showed up a couple times here on the stream. He's a big kid. He's thick. And he's tall. He got taller and kind of it fell into his figure, but he's strong. He's a teddy bear. He's an absolute teddy bear. He looks like he could beat the shit out of you, and he could, but he's so sweet. And he like shoved this kid because the kid would not stop talking shit about my brother, and his mom like was like, what happened? Like, you know, I got a call from the teachers, like, what happened? And he's like, they wouldn't stop picking on him. And she's like, how do I get mad at that? How do I get mad at him for defending his friend? Like, I can get mad at him for like shoving another kid when he was taking care of his friend. Like, again, I don't advocate for violence, but as my dad always said, don't throw the first punch. You know, but you gotta defend yourself sometimes. So again, I'm trying to like not to advocate for violence, you know, try to always de-escalate a situation as best you can, but some people are assholes. So Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. But anyway, guys, it is 2 o'clock and 3 hours later, I have a full face of maquillage. Doesn't look too bad on camera. I do wish it looked like the eyes looked as good as they do in person, but what you gonna do? So guys, I'm trying to think. Joe will see. Oh my gosh, I didn't even realize. Happy Pie Day, by the way. How did I space that out? Just realized, I just looked at the date because I was gonna tell you, go see you guys on Monday, but happy Pie Day, everybody. 3.141592, I think, right? I had a friend who do like 40 digits of pi. I hung out with some real nerdy people. Those are my peeps. But anyway, happy Pie Day. So today's Saturday, so Joe will see you guys on Monday. And then on Wednesday, we'll be looking at your shell submissions on Sims 4 for my giant mansion shell. So I will be looking for those in the gallery under hashtag power couple. But I'm so excited. I think Realms was doing it. I think Heather was doing it. Oh my God, the shell took a huge toll. I'm so sorry. I know it's huge. I should build it myself and be like, oh my God, what did I do to you people? So we'll tour those. We'll take a look. And it'll be St. Patty's Day. I think the day of or the day before. Actually, let's just see. Let's look at the calendar. Okay, so it's due on St. Patty's and then we'll be on the next day. But maybe I'll still, can't put a red pool in the basement. Oh geez, no, that's Heather with her Bjorn dungeons. I mean, technically, I guess you could, right? You could put a pool in the basement. I don't know how you make it red. I know they have like that shimmery water that's like kind of purpley, but I don't think they have red. I guess you could always tile it red, right? And that would make it maybe be red. We'll see. I don't know. But anyway, I'm excited to see what you guys built. The color changing option doesn't work in the basement, only on the surface. I didn't know that. Well, what if you tile it? Can you just tile it different colors? Like tile it red and make it look like it might be red? I don't know. Maybe that would work. Add some red lights or something. I don't know. That's shitty. I wish you could do that. That'd be really cool if you could just change the colors of the water. But I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys built. I'm looking forward to touring through those and just seeing what you guys did. I'm really excited. So I will see you guys on next Wednesday, but it was so fun to hang out with you guys. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. I know around here the weather's going to be really nice, but I hope you guys have good weather where you are as well. Stay safe. Go drink some Corona beer if you can. And just, stay safe. Don't go crazy. And if, like Heather says, if someone's fighting you at the store for toilet paper, just cough. All right, guys. I had a wonderful time hanging out with you guys today, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.